I had to go in there and calm her down for like, well, my wife like stayed in there for like 3 hours, but and I'd have to
My
keep going
wife.
back and like,
I'm a
uh,
I'm a
oh, hey,
fan being by
everything's fine,
myself
everything's
though.
all right.
We're live.
Yeah,
Everybody.
it's just it can be a lot if you're by yourself and you don't
Stream
know
started.
people who you're with,
Yeah,
like and
just
stuff. And
Pre-stream.
I wouldn't want to be with just random.
yeah,
fucking
your
people.
option is random people or
Yeah.
you're in a tent by yourself, a one man tent.
That's a
Then
fucking
I have
think
a
she was setting herself up
pretty
for
good regiment.
disaster.
Like I throw on my headphones and I put on Dark Side of the Moon and just listen to that in its entirety
Mhm.
and just space out.
The problem, like, whatever I got from you last time, that penis envy or whatever the hell it was,
Mhm. Yeah,
it was a roller coaster.
So that's what he
ride.
had the other night was
Was-
penis envy.
come on hard, then
You're
go away
cruising
for a
along
little
and
bit.
you're like,
yeah.
okay, it's done now, and then all of a sudden, just bam, and you're
Yeah.
laughing and giggling again, and
Yeah.
everything's going nuts, and then you chill out.
Yeah, he forgot I
Bam!
was sitting next to him on the couch.
Yeah, I'm sitting there just like spaced out, and then all of a sudden I look like he did something. I was like, "Holy shit, where'd you come from?"
I had a friend in the aughts that went and locked himself in the bathroom and he wrote a song called "I've Got Friends in Crawl Spaces." That's what he did all night. He liked this song
That's a
at Johnson's house where we used
Fuck
to
with
jam.
that.
that's
It was
that's
remember
pretty
Blewett?
solid.
Blewett. It was Blewett. Do you remember that guy? Kind of
Uh,
looked like the dude from American Pie. Not
Come on,
Stifler,
Aaron.
but the other one.
Where you at,
like
Aaron?
Jason Biggs.
The
he
one
was,
that-
he was the
the-
main character.
No, it wasn't one of the main. It was the tall dude that was like always
Very
trying to.
silly.
He hit on the mom,
I
like
think it's
fucked the mom.
hilarious.
Oh,
like
yeah,
Stifler's
yeah.
Over
mom
here,
and all that.
Oh,
you got
Brick.
somebody
Brick.
that showed
Yeah,
up hella
shit
late,
brick or
too.
whatever.
Shitbrick, yeah.
Okay.
He looked
he's
just
on his
like
way.
him.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
You had that one.
He locked
the last
himself in the
time we were here.
bathroom, wrote
What's that?
The guy that was in the Plum Boys or whatever that showed up late as fuck.
Oh yeah.
the Plum Boys.
Came in character. He was
Dude,
an
I think
interesting character.
I think you have to just
Very
stay
interesting.
in character once you become a character.
Once you are a plum boy.
Yeah. Well, he was in that.
Have y'all, any of y'all, while we're waiting for our friend Aaron to show up?
Did you get a message from him?
Yeah, he's
Alright,
he's
cool.
on his way. Have y'all seen the Yacht Rock documentary yet?
I have not. I forgot to
No.
watch it the other night.
On
when I brought it up.
HBO?
Yacht Rock?
Yeah.
No.
It's so fucking cool.
I need to put
And
this
so
on my
good.
List.
Nobody said Yacht Rock was ever cool though.
Well,
That's like I don't think that's ever been a phrase ever uttered ever.
the shit that blew my mind, like that whole scene that was going on in California at that time.
Yeah.
How everybody was playing on each other's records, and like how the various members of Toto have played on 15,000 records.
No.
Oh my
shit.
gosh.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Damn.
if you add it all up, like, yeah, 15,000 records.
Yeah, isn't Steve Lukather one of the members of Toto? Because he's like a really prominent.
Is
studio
it part
musician.
of their songs have been on?
It has been.
15,000. That's a lot.
They're all session musicians.
Yeah, true.
And then they all
Yeah.
got together. Like
That
they
would-
were all
I
went
guess
to
that
school
would be pretty
together.
easy.
Then they all became session musicians, playing on all these records.
Where'd they go to school? Was that
Maybe
a
I'll
UNT
tell you-
guys?
No, it was one of those. They went to high school together in the valley.
Yeah.
Toto.
How long is that?
Like Africa, Toto.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were from California.
Yeah,
I thought they were from overseas.
I thought they were from Africa.
They're definitely
Yeah.
not from
or
Kansas.
England. They're from Kansas.
then Christopher
Nope,
Cross.
that was a joke.
You know,
Wizard of Oz joke.
Christopher Cross that did
See,
sailing.
at least Tim caught it.
Got it.
I get his stuff.
You do?
Yeah, I get his stuff all the time. I join it. Well, see, I think part of it is whenever he has Skip on live, I join in on Skip and just listen to the nonsense.
Oh yeah, he's going to be a guest on
Yeah.
Forward Roots tomorrow morning.
Oh man.
So Christopher Cross, you know, he was based here in Austin. He built a studio out in Austin, and everything.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they talk about it. And he
So
used
he
to
could go
do shows
sailing?
between Austin and Houston all the time. So one time they did a show in Houston, and they got in their van, and he got in the passenger seat. He had dropped some acid right before they had gotten the van to leave. And in between Houston and Austin, he wrote "Ride Like the Wind."
What the fuck?
No shit.
No shit.
That's
That's like a 2.5-hour drive, right?
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
hours.
You wrote that-
three,
you
4 hours,
just-
yeah.
Give or take, yeah.
Just spit out "Ride Like the Wind."
all right.
I've only made the drive
Yeah.
like maybe once or twice.
But he wanted to be so bad, wanted to be like Steely Dan, that he even went and got all the different players and this and that, and the producer. And the producer's like, "Fuck this! Stop trying to be Steely Dan. Just be yourself. Come on, you can do your own thing." And
I
Yeah.
get it though. Steely Dan does fuck.
Man, the cover set at Rock Assembly was fucking money.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sad
money,
that I
money.
missed that set.
Oh,
I had
maybe.
death aids, so I couldn't make it.
But it was cool. Like the Yacht Rock documentary, it's on HBO Max, and it's really good.
What's it
Good.
called?
Yacht Rock.
Just Yacht Rock.
HBO puts out some solid documentaries.
do.
It's the same guys that put out the Woodstock '99
Oh, okay.
Oh,
documentary.
I didn't
Oh.
like that. I thought they
Yeah.
portrayed that really bad.
Well, I mean, it did go pretty poorly though.
yeah, but it
Yeah.
was
Compared to
the-
94.
The way they tried to put it on
Yeah.
male testosterone and
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
fucking like it was
Well,
kind of
They blamed Limp Bizkit for everything.
yeah true.
Yep.
Seems like the easy thing to do.
When Limp Bizkit was middle of the day. You know, the fires didn't start
Mhm.
until the next day, and the riots didn't start till the next day. But yeah,
I think they probably blamed them because they knew
No, it's
Russo-
Nick Russo.
Limp Bizkit wouldn't
Hey,
give a shit
Russo.
if they got the blame. You know, they're
I
like
mean,
whatever.
I have
Steely
yet
Dan.
to be at a show or like a situation like that where it just breaks out into like
Oh,
large
man,
scale
it used
riot.
to happen in the '90s.
I
at
know.
Pantera shows all the time.
You yeah, and then
Lollapaloozas,
Lollapaloozas,
yeah. Yeah.
stages.
Yeah,
the
that was
worst
the thing.
one was that I had ever been in was Stone Temple Pilots and Butthole Surfers. That actually broke out.
Got violent.
into hardcore. Cops got in there and were spraying the crowd with mace and everything.
Wow.
That was
They-
insane.
Damn.
It was known if Pantera was playing, once the show start, you rush the stage in DFW. No matter where or when they played, everybody hauled ass down. To,
Yeah.
remember in Ozfest, they started doing. They still did it up until like the third or fourth Ozfest.
It's
People would rush the
Starplex.
stage.
I know they like set shit on fire out there.
Oh yeah, they tumped over the Eagle van.
yeah.
All right, if he's not here in 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead
Was
and
that when
start
you
the show.
were you working with
Sit
the?
That's fair.
That the Eagle thing,
That-
the Eagle van had happened a couple of years right before I was working there.
Yeah.
But man, the guy I knew all the guys that happened, and they were just like, whatever. Like,
Not my van,
not my
man.
van. Yeah, but it was like when they played at Fair Park Coliseum too. Same thing. They would start tearing
What
shit
was
up.
it,
Everybody would fucking.
The riots with Metallica and like what was it, in Germany or
Oh,
no, where was
the
that? at?
That was-
Canada, wasn't
That was
it?
Montreal.
Montreal. Yeah.
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 And that was because of Axl
Axl
being
Rose.
a dickhead. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, St. Louis was also the riot. They had a
Was
riot
it?
in St. Louis with Guns N' Roses and Metallica on that.
There's not enough music riots and sports riots happening anymore.
I know, really not.
Well,
I guess the
yeah.
Travis Scott thing maybe is close to
Soccer.
it, where he told everybody to fuck shit
Overseas.
up.
Yeah. And then somebody died.
And someone died,
Hell yeah.
unfortunately.
Really?
Well,
I didn't know about that.
someone's going to die.
I mean, we got people
There's
that
got to be one person.
we have people die at WW every year.
Yeah.
Every single year, we'll have at least one
Well,
person.
a lot of
I
that
mean,
is heat and
drugs.
drugs.
And drugs, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the crowd. It's just heat and drugs.
It's usually not staying hydrated. And then some of the raves, people get too hydrated with water
Mhm.
and fucking die. They drown themselves with what is it when you drink too much water? I forgot what it's called.
I think it's called drinking too much-
Oversaturation?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said drinking too much water.
Water poisoning?
Yeah, water
Yeah,
poisoning.
water poisoning. Yeah.
All
That
right,
is- that is a thing.
So would you counter that with alcohol because alcohol dehydrates you? Like if you're starting to go down that path,
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
just down the
I mean, that's what they
down
do
some
with.
Tito's.
So if you down a bunch of isopropyl alcohol, they
Mhm.
counter it with like ethyl or
Just
ethanol.
drink
Really?
a
Yeah,
Borg, bro.
Just drink a Borg.
Just drink a Borg and you'll be fine.
Let's see. Come on, Aaron.
I like to
Get
rage,
your ass in here.
and I like to drink a gallon of water. What better way? Drink a Borg.
all right. Let's fire this thing up. Let's get the intro going and everything, and then maybe he'll show up and be here
Ready.
and sit down. And
Christmas
even if
Eve's
not,
Eve.
got a couple things to talk about real quick before we get into all the music talk, all the
Word.
8-bit
I should probably
metal
open
talk,
up the show notes.
all that crap. But see, we should have had Russo in. He would have been here on time.
Yeah.
But we didn't have enough room. Kind of sucks.
Russo, when's the next Van Damme show?
Yeah, we need a Van Damme
I
show.
have to see
'cause
you
we're
guys play.
opening with Van Damme.
And I love it.
So you should get royalties from this for us playing you guys. Watch your BMI account.
Your
or BMG, not BMI.
Half up your
BMI.
0.004 cents from our
Yeah.
podcast.
Here we go.
On
Now.
Which podcasts are you listening to?
Yes.
Oh,
my
great
God.
Jerry
Yes,
Jonestown Massacre.
did you want
Which
to pause it when it gets
accounts
here? or
are you
just keep
subscribing
rolling?
to?
Let's have him sit down.
I'm interested, like genuinely.
Fuck you. You're a goddamn communist. I'm a fucking Reagan era fucking conservative, pussy.
This episode of the
Jay Jones Last Kicker
is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Oh, Victor she's in there Wrench. twice.
and Plastic Object.
The Jerry Jonestown Massacre contains
I guess we
graphic
can't play the other
material,
daughters now.
including offensive language,
The
partial
racist-
nudity, and completely ridiculous thoughts and opinions that shouldn't be expressed or shared by anyone. Listener discretion is advised.
And now coming at you from the Temple of Eye, just on the outskirts of where the West begins.
It's the Jerry Jonestown Massacre!
Show 607. It is December 23rd,
Base phaser.
2024. Happy Tuesday, Matt.
What's up, my man? Happy
Uh,
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday,
And
Thomas.
Christmas Eve.
Look
Happy
at this.
Tuesday.
We start the show,
Perfect timing.
And here he
and
comes.
here he comes. Ready to go. What?
Come on in, buddy.
We just leave the door open for anybody. Is that what you're pointing at? Yeah. You got a microphone, and you got some headphones down there.
You
Make
dipping,
sure everything
sir?
works.
I knew it. I could tell by the look on your face.
I
You're a
can
sexy
tell
dipper.
by the lump in your lip.
Yeah.
Actually, none yet, but there's soon to be one.
Good. I'll have one with you. I haven't had any nicotine in a long time. Oh, it's the nice ones too. Yeah. Okay.
For
We'll do
like
it now.
2 weeks.
I got a story about those.
You do 2 or 1?
Can I tell this story, Russo, about what happened the other night with one of those? Let's see if he'll let me if he's in the chat room. But we have a mutual friend that gave me one of those that I think are highly illegal. That's just straight nicotine,
Oh yeah.
Need.
12 milligrams.
Ooh, okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
It sent me
That's
to the fucking
good
moon
stuff.
like that.
Well-
like I was just like,
Did it really?
You remember
Fuck,
when
that's
I
a
first moved into my
finish.
house and I dropped out of a conversation with you and Susie on
Yeah.
our porch? That's
Yeah.
what I was doing that night. Well, there was other things, but I did the what are they called? They're in the blue cans.
Zins?
The Zins,
Yeah.
yeah. But there's different levels,
Right, yeah.
and I'd always gotten the small level, but that night I got in the big level.
Did a 6 mil.
So
well,
Is
at
that
least,
it?
That's
See,
what- yeah, they got 3
only
and,
go up to
That
3 and 6
nicotine's
now.
bad, man.
No,
So
he
that'll
got
kill you.
these some
You got that
Chinese
fucking Finland.
They came
shit.
from
from
fucking
where?
Russia or something.
something.
the
and he
Finnish
goes-
shit. They do not fuck around.
We like nicotine.
Nick did the same thing. They put me in a Mortal,
Mortal
Kombat,
Kombat
fatality mode.
So forgive me,
But he
Father
goes-
Fives Zind.
They were Doties, and Doty goes, "Here, put this in, and just see if you can last 10 seconds." So I put it in, and he goes, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and I just instantly start tearing. I'm like, "What the fuck is going
Did you get
on?"
Palpitations and
And he goes, "You can take it out at any time. You don't have to man it out." And I was like, "No, it's cool, it's cool." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And it starts burning my lip, like it's just ripping through, and like I was on fire. And I was
That's
like,
how you know
Yeah.
it's working.
"What is going on?" And then the next thing I know,
No, thanks.
zap! I'm on another fucking flying around cicada, and like, what the
Yeah.
fuck just happened?
yeah, the nicotine high, man.
It was so high.
You know, they
so
say
hardcore.
nicotine helps your creativity. That's why all the writers and musicians will.
It
That's
it,
what they
it,
do.
it helps with
It
Alzheimer's
stimulates it.
too.
Really?
Yeah, it's
The
supposed
caffeine
to,
helps
it's supposed
me
to
with
help
my
protect your brain.
I'll have to start smoking again.
Is
man.
it really?
Yeah, it's a neurotropic.
So I can give this to.
So my brain should be good forever then.
Yeah, man, you're gonna be. Yeah, you're
It should
fine.
be.
You drink enough alcohol and you just pickle yourself too.
Your lip and tongue are a different story, though.
Just trip
Yeah.
shrooms and smoke cigarettes. You'll be good.
Yeah,
So I can give it to my great grandmother or my grandmother that's having
yeah.
Or
We-
that
dementia problems. and
that,
everything,
that
help her
senator
out.
that what's her name?
oh, okay.
Kay
Kay
Granger.
Granger. Yeah,
Kay Granger.
She could have used some of it, huh?
We put out a video
Yeah, since she's in a home now.
where we were talking about how I basically said that nicotine is good for you as
Yeah.
long as you stay away from tobacco, but do like the nicotine salts or whatever. And some dude it threw somebody into a whole fucking tizzy about
Like being upset.
oh yeah like
with y'all?
I don't think you should be promoting this kind of behavior. And I'm like, fucking get bent, man.
Yeah, no shit. It's your
No
podcast.
shit.
I sent a bunch of I put a bunch of studies up too. I was like, here, you can go reference this. You can reference this. I
Hadouken.
like 3 or 4 actual scientific studies.
Y'all should do a show on labiaplast.
You get
I think
huge
that'd be
numbers
good.
when you do it.
Yeah, I think that'd be
Numbers
good.
through
Yeah.
the roof.
Through
I
the
invented
roof.
a drink after that. It's called Pussy Blood.
Huh.
You guys don't remember that?
I do remember that.
Yes.
I was trying
Thomas.
to forget it, and then you brought it back up.
Well, I've never actually
about it.
made one.
We're trying to get paid, and you keep dragging us into the cesspool.
Cesspool.
Yes.
You guys are the ones that put me in this position. No pun intended.
He's our ED.
You're what?
He's our ED.
ETD. Yeah, executive
Erectile dysfunction.
technical director. I'm
Got
in
it.
charge of the video feed.
We take the technical out, so he just has ED.
Well, I got plenty of tea to keep my ED away.
So yeah, there we go.
It's too many letters.
Well, let's go around the
For you,
table
maybe.
here because some of you
Got an
haven't
all-star
been in here
crew
in a
here.
little bit. One
Yeah.
of you hasn't been in here in like 47 years. So let's start. Radio left to right. Go ahead.
I am Lance. I'm from the Emo Otaku podcast and the Ball Bag podcast.
I still want to come on the ball bag.
Well,
podcast
I
and
know.
talk
We got to make it
some
happen.
Sports.
We started doing them at Hoppin. We started doing live
There we go.
recordings
Let's
at
do it there.
Hoppin'. Yeah,
When do y'all
I
do
am.
it?
Usually Thursdays. I don't know what's gonna happen this
Let us know
Thursday,
next
but-
time. We'll come jam out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll let Javier know.
It's a cool
Sweet.
place.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
that
nice.
place.
It sounded like you introduced yourself as Blance.
That works.
Lance.
Or
Well,
Blanche.
I'm Blance.
Blanche.
Not sure
Um,
what all this is. Okay.
we get confused as brothers a lot.
Yeah.
It's already been said in the
It's the mustache and
Y'all do look
in the
alike.
chat
yeah.
room. Susie said y'all are
It's
twins.
the white.
it's the white and the mustache. You know,
Yeah.
generic white
White
mustache
people
guys.
all look the same.
Yeah, I'm Tim. One of
Pedophiles?
the Funky Panthers podcast. Local nobody.
That's true.
Yeah, that's it.
You're just rolling.
Hey, I want to plug something real quick. I'm gonna come on your
Yeah.
show and plug it. We just
No,
dropped.
you did.
We
You
just
do it.
dropped an AI Christmas album.
And it's on Apple, right?
It's on Apple Music, yeah. And it's all done with AI, and it's all in 50s, whatever, lounge singing, whatever. But yeah, it's on
Like
Apple
swing
Music.
You
jazz
didn't
or
put the
something?
metal one in there?
No, I didn't put
Dude,
the
the
metal,
metal
one.
one is so
The
good.
metal one's insane.
It's the best one.
Yeah, that's what we use for our intro.
Yeah, you
last
can.
week.
If you look up on Apple Music now and type in the Funky Panther, you'll find our theme song, which we needed it for, our intro song. We needed it for Tulips one night, and then you'll find our new album that we just dropped.
All right. I was wondering if it was under the Funky Panther. or not.
Yeah, it's under the Funky Panther.
Is it ball bags
Buddy.
or the ball bags?
The Ball Bag.
Oh, the ball bag. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Singular.
singular. They only have one bag between the two
Yeah,
of them.
True.
one bag. And then we had to bring a minority to the table to break up all the white this week. So we,
Gotta do
why
what you gotta
people-
do.
This is why people hate white people.
I used to have a bit I would do in this section of your podcast, but I cannot for the life of me.
you would not say Happy
Recall.
Tuesday.
When it's not Tuesday, so we're good there.
Monday. It's Happy Monday.
I would have something else
Monday.
though, and I can't recall what it was. So I'm Aaron Sanchez. I used to have a unsuccessful local podcast that I still pay to host, but hasn't published in 5 years.
I keep waiting for one day. One just to pop
Patiently
up.
waiting.
We talk about it, but it's hard when he's in Colorado and I'm here. And
Is your buddy still
Yeah.
traveling the
no,
doing the trail?
They
Is he
moved
lost
and
and gone?
own a home in the mountains of Colorado now.
Oh, okay, nice.
Maybe
That's
just
awesome.
find you a different Will to take his spot.
Yeah,
But
Like,
we
just
have
find you a-
chemistry. We've
Yeah,
been
that's true.
Yeah, you guys had a will once.
smart asses with one another for over half our lives now.
Yeah,
I was so
That's true.
disappointed when I found out about his ankle.
I hated
And what he
that.
had to get, it was the ankle and the foot that he had broken. He still says one day he'll finish the hike, but he's
Yeah.
not going to finish the hike.
You know who does that
He's
too?
in
is that-
Colorado now. He's like
Yeah, he could do it
halfway
all the
there.
time.
He already made it to Colorado once.
Yeah, so just
Is that
start
where-
Yeah, now he's
there
gotta
and
keep going north.
Is
Yeah.
that where it happened?
Just
Is that
keep
where he
going.
blew it out?
He went from the south to Colorado. So my best friend and former podcast co-host decided to do the Continental Divide Trail,
Mhm.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
something
Yeah.
like that.
I don't like the outdoors.
From
so I don't
Mexico
know.
to Canada, right?
Right. So he started in Mexico and made it to Colorado and stayed at like a hippie commune. And then there was snow, so they took vans up to Canada and we're going to come southbound. And so the foot injury happened.
Oh, he
in,
had
like-
to call an audible before the foot injury.
Yeah, because I guess the part of the trail that would go on in Colorado was impassable because of snow still.
Oh, and he told us that could happen, like
And-
stuff like that
Yeah.
happens.
And he
yeah.
found this weird hippie commune where they hung out for 2 weeks. They were all on the same hike. They went to Canada, and then in Montana by himself up in the pebbles and rocks and crap, he broke his foot and his ankle, and 2 weeks he still hiked on it.
Oh,
God.
And when he finally got to his spot and saw like some medical someone, they're like, "Yeah, you're done."
Yeah, you can't.
did
do
he have
this
to get it
anymore.
amputated?
No, that would have been
Thank God.
cool.
Could have had a peg
Yeah.
leg, friend.
Who would have been better at hiking with a peg leg? I think
I was
Yeah.
hoping that he'd at least say like he got
Or
attacked by
Ting
a bear or something, and
something.
you know something
Rest
cool,
of the
or
bear ones.
Just kick the
a
shit out of
mountain
the
lion
bear.
or some shit.
I heard
Yeah.
they might be doing some shows.
They
and
are.
Record. They are.
Are they
Uh-huh.
really?
Are they going to record too?
I hope so.
Yeah.
But it'll be with their original vocalist.
That's yeah.
not
I
with
saw that it
Courtney.
was the original
Yeah.
vocalist that was
Tulips?
going to do it. That'd be a good
That
tulip
would be
show. Yeah.
So sick at
Spoon,
Tulips.
you listening?
Better lovers.
Yeah.
I wrestled a bear once. Almost said I was once eaten.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the last time we saw him was opening for Dillinger at Granada,
Mm-hmm.
and Animals as Leaders, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a good show.
What a
Yeah.
fucking show.
It was,
Yeah, that was
out of
it was a really
control.
good show. It
Animals
was
as
on
Leaders is
the
awesome.
Farewell Mona Lisa tour, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Or was that Option Paralysis? Was it called the Option
Option
Paralysis? or-
Paralysis.
It was
Yeah.
Farewell Mona Lisa was the single that
Was
they
the
released
single.
first. Yeah. Well,
Well,
thanks for coming
well.
in, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yes,
for having
And
me.
joining us on
All
the
right. Well, it's been a fun
last
show.
show of the
We'll,
year.
talk to y'all
Is this
soon.
the last show?
That's good.
This
Get
is the
the fuck
last
out.
show of the year,
I
right?
had two things. No, we have one more.
Yeah, there's a
The
okay,
White
yeah,
Elephant.
yeah.
These are our two wrap-up shows, end-of-year wrap-up shows, and
Right.
we thought tonight we would do a music-heavy one because all of us are super huge into music nerds.
Yep.
And then hopefully next week it'll be more like TVs and movie and books and I don't know.
Ooh, books. I didn't know you guys
Porn
were
stars.
smart enough to read.
Yeah,
I
audio.
usually
We
shock
don't.
people too.
Yeah. Stubbs is debatable.
I
Yeah.
just take people hostage and have them tell me the synopsis.
Audiobooks
of,
still
Yeah,
count.
audio
books,
books still
like-
count.
They do. They
Get-
totally do.
Give me the Quick Notes version.
You remember
The
I'll
non
let you go.
Cliff
the
Notes?
abridged
Yeah.
ver-
Oh my
the abridged
God.
version, yeah.
Just make it seem like I watched the movie.
Yeah.
Like DBZ abridged.
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
So
what I did.
Reader's Digest.
But you did bring up something that I wanted
Has
to
been
talk
replaced by
about
Reddit.
before we got into the music-heavy part.
Okay.
And this is this crazy news, and we talked about it this morning on Andrew's podcast, the morning podcast.
You're double time. You're doing two podcasts. You're doing AM and
Yeah,
PM.
dude, that's the way
You're
I
a
work.
professional,
I'm
man.
very professional. But
It's hard to believe when you say
Yeah.
it like that.
I'm very professional.
and we have
You are?
someone in here that's a huge conspiracy theorist
Oh yeah.
fan here.
I already know where this is going.
Tim.
This whole story about Kay Granger
It's fucking crazy.
is insane.
Absolutely
Yeah, it
crazy.
is. I found out about that shit on Saturday, and I was just bitching about her like last week, wasn't
Yeah,
I?
we all
At the
were.
very
We were
end,
talking
yeah.
about it. Yeah,
I was hanging out with Mr. JD Granger just this over the weekend.
we're doing what?
He's got a new place in River Oaks, Fort Worth,
Well, he
Crystal
ditched
Springs,
his wife, apparently.
Crystal Springs Highway.
Is that her son or?
So, like,
Yeah.
is that
Oh.
where he took all the money that he stole from Panther Island
Panther
to
Islands,
invest
yeah,
in this?
I knew about that too.
I don't know. I don't know where the money. Where's it's like where's the bodies? Where's the money at?
You didn't
Yeah.
ask him?
No, he
Give me.
let me break the ice with that one. He opened up Crystal Springs Hideaway, which is fucking badass. He's got Big Cat Burger over there now.
Yeah.
It's a beer garden. It's in an old house right there, White Settlement Road and Roberts Cutoff.
All right.
Really?
Dude, it's fucking legit, man. It splits between. So Javier lives on one side of it. I live on the other side.
Yeah.
It takes us both like 2.5 minutes to get there, and yeah, it's perfect. It is
That's
like
kind of cool as shit.
dude. It's
How's
absolutely.
the
check
old
it out when I'm
Javier
working over
doing,
there.
man?
Oh, he's good. I think he seems good.
And been
but yeah,
arrested
so-
lately?
Is he in a mental facility with Kay Granger?
Kay Granger?
He might be. He might end up after this weekend. Christmas and everything. But
Yeah.
Shit.
But
we all might.
JD, yeah. So it was weird because all this news broke, and he's over there just opened up his new space, and like nothing's up. And I'm like, and then I hear that, and I'm like, holy shit.
Like the media starts rolling up, they're like, "Hey, they're going to cover my new space," and it's all about
Dude,
his
it-
mom and
it-
them finding her and it's that old folks home that I spent almost 2 months in doing fiber in down there at
Place is-
Clearfork.
Place is fancy.
It's
yeah.
fucking beautiful. I was like, if I get old and can't remember anything, this is where I want to go.
So what's
It's
so
awesome.
They hadn't seen
Well, you're gonna
her
get
in
old,
6
hopefully.
6 months, or was it 6 weeks or 6 months?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
She hasn't
She was-
voted since July.
July was the
found-
last time she cast
Okay, so
a
she was
vote
found
on
wandering
anything in DC.
around her old neighborhood or whatever, not knowing who she was or where she's at. And then they release this statement after all this gets found out that she made a statement saying that she's dealing with dementia. I don't think she made a statement for shit.
Well, that
Yeah.
that statement they said it was from her. Someone with dementia can't do that.
No.
No, it
Was
had
it
to be
pretty
from her
long,
office.
long
Yeah.
and detailed and stuff.
It's super.
Yeah, it had to
long
be
and
from her
detailed.
office. Yeah.
Dude, so they just like threw her away and was just like hiding her.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
And
man.
hoping that no one would notice because her term ends.
Yeah, because this
She's
was
already
gonna
done-
be. Yeah,
got
she was.
voted
She
out,
wasn't gonna.
retired.
Yeah.
And when does
But-
it end?
In the 1st of January.
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
Yeah, I think this year it's like the second week of January.
Is that how far in it is?
I think they wanted to get away.
But
from
they're pissed
Jan
off though,
6.
because people are saying like she's been
Makes
collecting
sense.
she's been collecting money and not doing anything for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
To the point where
Yeah.
the Texas state Republican head of the party, whatever, which you would think would be covering their ass, right? Because they're all. He came out and condemned her and her team's
Yeah.
inaction. Like this is shitty. Like
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, once you're old, they throw you to the wolves. They just
True.
once you're just
Wasn't she in charge of some
Done.
of the finance? Like she was
She
on
was
the
on the
finance
finance
committee or
committee.
something.
Yeah.
yeah, and she
It's
she
insane.
didn't really accomplish much in her decade plus in office.
Yeah.
She got a small
25 years.
a small battleship named
97
after
she
us
was-
that is
Yeah.
kind of useless in an actual war.
She championed the Trinity River Vision Project, and then put her son in charge of
Charge of it. Yeah,
and
I knew
they
about that.
They
Was she ever
they
a hot
didn't
piece?
launder. They took a lot of money.
So his
Doesn't seem
you know what
like
his bankroll was?
Didn't look
Like
like
he
it.
was getting paid like $300-something thousand on top of another like $200-something thousand for vehicle expenses, and then there was like a $20-something or $30,000 with medical. I mean, his payroll was extreme.
Damn.
So he leaves and he started his own consulting business, which they turned around and hired his consulting business to consult for the Trinity River Vision Project.
How convenient.
So stupid. It was a total sham.
They're saying that they'll come out better though because they're not going to have to pay him all that, and they can put an actual like you have a timeline kind of thing, like you have
Yeah,
to
and
have
a
this
cap-
completed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that whole family's been into some shady fucking shit.
He's
I
a nice,
believe it.
He's a nice dude though.
Is he?
Oh yeah, he's a real friendly man, and was just like
He should be as rich as fuck.
I literally
He
spent
probably
like the
is.
entire weekend there.
Really?
Oh yeah, we were there every day at
Ah,
Crystal Springs,
I'm
and
gonna go
so
check it out.
yeah,
Sick
it's worth
invite.
going.
Huh.
Sorry,
Crystal
buddy.
Meth Springs.
Sick.
So what are
Crystal
the?
Springs, you said,
Is
right?
there conspiracy theories
Crystal
about it?
Springs.
Like, does anybody come up with, or is this
I-
just everybody's
No, it's
freaking out
just
about
that
it? Like,
all these important votes have been coming up, and she's been missing, and no
Right.
one knew where she was, and everybody started putting out like these,
mhm.
About to start an Amber Alert or
silver
something.
alerts and
Silver
shit,
alerts, yeah.
trying to find her because there have been important
yeah,
votes, about the budget and
I want to know. So it was
money and
someone ratted on it though, right?
So
like, that's what it.
someone.
some publication out of Dallas, like Observer-ish type. I never heard of the publication, but they looked
Yeah.
into it for like where she been. They looked into it and they found her in the nursing home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did all sorts of investigative stuff and found her, and then everybody's like, "Well, this can't be true," and then the Dallas Morning News picked up on it and it blew up.
It's fucking
Yep.
crazy.
I got an
So
interesting
wild.
theory while we're talking
Did you know
about
she
dementia.
was also mayor of Fort Worth at one time?
I
Yeah.
did know
Yeah.
that.
I did.
And she was a school board trustee, I think, when she started.
Yeah.
Forward with
So, I got a question for you guys, and this is it's not an original theory of mine. But I've been thinking about it a lot because I'm a real estate agent now, and so have you guys seen all this news from New York Times and the Wall Street Journal about Biden and how his handlers and stuff now, and a lot of the Democrats are coming out and saying, "Oh, he was fucked up from day one." Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all jumping ship.
right. So here's my
Once
question.
again,
Like
throwing
even
him out to the wolves.
during the Obama administration, they were
Right.
saying he was fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. So here's my question. So now that we're starting to get proof on both sides of the aisle of how bad he was, now I know with contracts, if you enter a legal binding contract, as far as real estate goes, if you're fucked up, like on drugs or drunk, or if you are mentally incapacitated, it's null and void. Like you're done. The contract's over. So how is all the legislation that he that he put his name on, and all the executive orders at the beginning of the office
Or
or
pardons.
his term
Oh,
and his
man.
pardons
Or the
now?
pardons,
How
yeah.
come they're not null and void now? Because they've come out now. Everybody's saying, well, he was mentally incapacitated. It seems like all the legislation that he signed on for, or that he signed off on,
I think
and
he
his
should start a
executive orders.
movement.
including Hunter, his own son.
I think he should start a
That's right,
movement.
Matt.
What is it? A WhiteHouse.org petition?
If you need
can do
beer,
that.
there's help
Yeah.
yourself.
Or
Oh, and he drinking?
do what?
Huh?
You need one?
I like where your head's at right now.
He's sober.
My head?
You're still
Yeah.
sober.
Yeah,
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 he's
yeah.
100%.
Congratulations for you.
Well, thank
I
you.
like
Thank you,
sober,
man.
Matt. Good. That is
Yeah.
a great point you just made.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think about that
like,
either.
Like, I
What-
know.
what-
I
what
think
a
of that
good-
kind of stuff, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
It's crazy too.
Fuck.
How come,
Invalidate the whole.
how
last
come that's
4
not a
years.
huge thing
smart.
that everybody's talking about?
Because the
It's like-
media, because the media's on that side. We
True.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I mean,
not going to follow it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you could start this whole movement.
We could. Y'all wanna make s-
Change.org.
Could we make money off it somehow?
You can make money off of anything. I think.
Ask JD Granger. He can show you how.
Well,
Yeah. True.
hey, file a lawsuit.
Yeah,
File
good.
a lawsuit against him. You can file a lawsuit over anything.
So any attorneys that are
class
listening,
action.
Yeah.
at least put my name on the suit
So
somewhere.
Matt Stubbs, DFW, but not the landscaping guy. Because remember last time I texted you was
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
the
you
wrong
saw
Matt
it. Yeah,
Stubbs.
you saw it. Man, are you driving down the street and doing a different business or something like that? I was like, no.
Nope, not at all.
All right. So anything else before we get at the matter at hand?
I was going to talk about the Cowboys being mathematically
Let's talk about
eliminated
it,
before
man.
the game
How
yesterday.
garbage has this season been? Lance, who are you a fan of? In
He-
the-
An
he
even
hates-
worse
he
team,
hates
the
the Cowboys.
Raiders, bro.
Who?
The
There's-
Raiders.
Oh,
Even
yeah,
worse,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, even
We're
worse.
How bad are
probably
the
not going
Raiders
to
this
get that
year?
first fucking pick anymore.
Are
The
you, so you
Giants
followed the
will.
Raiders to Vegas, right?
Huh?
You kept.
Yeah, they've
you
left
kept
me.
the-
They've left me in left Oakland twice since
Yeah,
I've been
twice.
alive.
It's kind of old hat now.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't care.
You
What was
just
their
used
record?
to it.
What- how
Oh,
bad
they have
are
3 wins.
Oh, so they're right
They're
there.
So you-
fucking horrible, dude.
Do you keep giving juice to the Raiders? Because Al Davis, he never paid
Gross.
you. Ice Cube.
I genuinely don't
yeah.
give that many fucks about the Raiders. if
That
I'm being
stadium
completely
looks
honest.
so badass, though, man.
Yeah, it does.
I do want to go see a game there.
Yeah, I do too.
It looks really cool.
I'd like to go to Jerry World too, but
You still
I
haven't
have, to, I
been?
have
man?
to watch the Cowboys.
Yeah,
The Death
it's
Star.
kind of
Have you not been?
Mm-mm.
Well, you could have gone for the
Not even for a concert. or
for the
anything?
state champion football. You could
I
have
like
gone for
you,
that.
man. That's very.
you know
That's
what?
loyal.
I
That's
have
loyalty,
a,
man.
I have a feeling that the game on the 5th is gonna be really cheap.
What game?
The Cowboy game.
Oh, who are they playing?
The Redskins, but
Oh.
it doesn't matter. Everything's out. The Commanders. They're
Yeah.
trying to bring the Redskins back.
Yeah, and
They kind of should, honestly. I mean,
so
Commanders
they
was such a
they
horrible
they
name
won
to
the
change.
division last night, didn't they? Or
I
No.
have been
No.
so out of.
They're not going to win the
Is it the
division over
Philly?
the
No,
fucking Eagles.
so Philly,
Philly won?
Philly had a chance to clinch and win the
I haven't
division.
paid attention at all.
But
Same.
the Commanders came back, beat their ass by 2 points.
yeah, beat their asses.
But when I left to go to the stadium, Philly was way up, and so I was like,
Way
okay,
up.
they got this all taken care of.
Yeah,
You know, Washington stinks. They're not going to come back on this Philly team. Whatever. Get the stadium. We do. We had halftime yesterday, so we did halftime rehearsal, and then came back in the locker room, and we're just kind of dicking around, and someone opened their phone and goes, "Holy shit! The Redskins just won and knocked the Cowboys out. So this game means absolutely nothing.
like we were. I like
Yeah.
that. Knock the Cowboys out.
Completely out."
So when did people start clearing out? This
What do you
game.
mean?
Or did they even show up?
No, it was all Tampa Bay fans.
It was.
Oh my God! It was a sea of red in there. A sea of red.
you love to see.
So Keyshawn Johnson.
One of my coworkers was there to support Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was a Tampa Bay game
Yeah.
last night. Yeah, there were Cowboy fans have sold all their stuff off. There were a few. I mean, there was. I would say 100,000 in that stadium. It was 30-70.
Yeah, because what I've heard is
Wow.
that for those economically that would like to support the team that typically cannot, can that this year they've been able to,
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
on like StubHub and whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. I've been there. I am a Cowboys fan, but I hate Jerry Jones, so I won't spend a nickel on Cowboys. So I've been to the stadium for like a free open practice.
Yeah.
A friend of mine worked for a college football team, and so I got his tickets to get in. But then I paid $50 to park at Discount Tire and walked across.
Mm-hmm.
Drink water, fountain water. Hey, you want a drink? No.
Nope.
Like, I won't spend a dime.
Did you go to U2 and Muse?
No, because money from me going to
What's
that
that?
would have gone towards
So you
Jerry
didn't go
Jones.
to Metallica either and see Pantera?
I also don't trust concerts at venues that aren't built for music.
The
Yeah,
Metallica
that's-
show was
yeah,
actually
it was-
pretty sounded good.
It did
Was
sound
it?
good.
Yeah,
So
it
did the
did.
Guns N' Roses show we
But
went
they
to.
had Metallica had that set up for
Yeah,
stadiums
for
all
it.
over the world.
So they knew what they. I mean, I
They
saw
knew what they were
Summer
doing.
Sanitarium
Yeah, I remember
2000
that.
something.
Yeah,
Deftones, Slipknot, Linkin Park, Mudvayne.
Yeah.
I was there at Old Jerry World.
at Old Jerry World.
Yeah,
That
not
wasn't
at
really
that one.
Jerry World though.
Like, but yeah, the old
I
Cowboy
mean,
Stadium.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
old Cowboy Stadium. You know, that's where they're going to build the new Maverick Stadium.
Oh yeah, they are. No, the new Mavericks Casino Stadium.
yeah.
sir.
What?
New Mavericks Casino
At
Stadium.
the site of where Texas Stadium used to be?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep,
I didn't know
that's the
that.
land they're
What's wrong
looking
with
at.
American Airlines Center?
It's old.
There's not a
already getting old.
casino in there.
And there's no
and the
casino.
roof leaks.
American,
Yeah.
American.
Does it really?
Did you know
Airlines
we're
is
already
old.
I haven't been
halfway
there
through
since
with
2015.
AT&T?
Yes.
Apparently? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, 12 years.
We're getting so
Yeah.
old, man.
12 years. We're at 12 years right now, and they're already like.
And
"Time to
he's
tear it
probably going to
down."
move it up to Frisco in 8 years.
Probably.
Well, he won't, right?
Who
God,
knows with that guy?
please. How he's what 86?
Yeah, he'll be dead by the time it's time for a new one.
In a perfect world.
Yeah. But he probably will move it somewhere closer to their home because I bet you
Well, he owns half of Frisco.
the family has to. That helicopter has to fly make 8 trips to bring the whole family in.
Well, and all the players live in Frisco now.
He's got a Sky Viper.
Oh, he's got
Several Sky Vipers.
What our friend used to work for.
Airwolf.
Basically,
Oh, an Airbus helicopter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
badass helicopter. All right, so y'all want to do what we're here for?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who's
We're
going
here
to take
to
the
talk
pants
about
off
music.
first? Oh,
I tried to take mine off earlier. Matt told me not
He
to.
really did.
music.
He's not lying.
So we are
Yeah,
playing a
actually
game
did.
of Who's
I
in
was
my
like-
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
we do have a game later
Guess
got
on.
a
who's don't?
cookie too.
Oh.
We do have a
All right.
game that you 3 are going to play it.
Shit.
We're going to take ours out of, but take ourselves out of it because it just wouldn't be fair. We're going to let y'all fight about it. Have fun.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
But
we're,
I
we're
guess,
spectating. Cool.
Yeah, this has been a crazy year of music.
Yeah.
Unless
say the
you're
least.
Stubbs that said this year music sucked.
I didn't say that it sucked. It's just I wasn't as involved with like I was listening to old stuff a lot this year, and I probably every single I would say rock or metal show that I went to was with you. I didn't go to I don't think I went to a country show this year, and I might have gone to one hip hop show maybe this year. It was one of those years I had too much stuff going on.
Same with me.
And so I that's going to be one of my goals for 2025 is to make more shows, especially locally. I've been missing some really good local
They're
shows.
doing a lot more at Halton
They
and
are.
Tulips now.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
much easier to go to shows.
So
it really
great.
is. Yeah, so
Uh,
I'm going to do better, guys.
Who wants
I
to kick it
promise.
off? Who wants
Well, I
to go
mean, what
first?
we kicking it off
We'll
with?
do
what are we
national
starting with?
releases.
We're gonna do
Our
national
favorite
first.
albums, our national releases.
Oh
You
man,
do it,
let me. I've got a list. Let me.
Yeah,
pull
I
it up.
do.
Let
Yeah,
me
we all
fire
got our
it up.
list.
How far down are we going? Top 10 or
Top
what?
10. We'll
Okay.
do top 10.
Start at 10.
Yeah.
So
you
yeah,
can 10 to 1
man,
when it comes to you.
let
10
me,
to
uh,
1.
All right. So one of my favorite albums, I'll just knock it off as number 10. Drug Church's newest album.
Okay.
Man, and I can't remember. I've got it pulled up, but I can't remember what the freaking album's called. Drug Church, Prude. So
Rude. I haven't heard it yet.
I mean, if you're into post-hardcore,
Yeah.
Drug Church is pretty fucking solid. This release was great. We caught them at Drug Church and Drain. Was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, last year. So that's how
Drain and Zulu, I think.
I wasn't into Drug Church at that point, and I saw them. I was like, "Holy shit! This is. I mean, it's right up my alley." And so I just started following, deep diving. Then they released that this year, and that made my top 10. That's number 10 for me.
Nice. Keep going. Yeah, let's
Oh,
do
I'm
it.
just gonna get on the list.
Let's
Okay.
just do it. Let's just do it.
Okay, hang on. I got to
We've
pull
never
it back.
done it that way where everybody did one and then we can do that
All
if
right.
you would like to.
Yeah, do y'all want to do that round table of
Keep
here's
it
all our
spicy.
10?
Keep
Yeah,
it
that's fine with
spicy.
me.
Start at
All
the
right.
top of your list or the bottom? How we
Start
doing?
Start
at
at the
10.
bottom. Start
Okay,
at 10.
start
So
at the
you
bottom.
did yours. So how about you, Aaron? What's your 10?
I don't know if I have a top 10 list. I like you, Stubbs.
It's
This
okay.
year has been very
Yeah.
hectic,
You've had a
And
lot of
busy?
shit going on.
and so but I was surprised to find that like I actually for the first time in a couple years actually did listen to new music this year, and so I am a little. I do have something to bring this time around for new music, but a top 10 I don't know if I have. But I wouldn't not to rank them because I don't have them ranked, but like the Kublai Kai album this year.
Oh yeah.
That's
was
on
fucking
mine.
huge.
Yep.
This is like a huge year for heavy music.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, that release was just like, I mean, a confluence of great things for them that they went viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
Is
But-
that how they got their big
Well, they were already,
break?
they were
was? I
already
thought-
getting big, right? They had the
Right.
credibility. They were getting big. They sound great.
They're from
Yeah.
Sherman? Is it?
Sherman,
Or-
Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they went viral on TikTok, and all of a sudden there's just
Bam.
little cute girl on TikTok that like does like the guttural scream,
Mm-hmm.
and she fell in love with that album, and then so she got huge because she's pretty, and then so every time I open TikTok, it was Monkey See, Monkey Do.
I mean,
No,
it
like-
helps that Matt Honeycutt is hot.
And it
so-
doesn't hurt at all that Matt Honeycutt is a very handsome man,
Mhm.
and he
And
looks
he
like
barks at everybody.
rugged
too.
handsome, like Texas rugged handsome.
He does have
But he's
the
also, like,
Texas
very,
rugged.
Mhm.
Like he was in a Tyler
fabulous
Sheridan
hair
show.
too.
Like
He just rode in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's out there in
basically.
Wranglers and cowboy boots.
Yep.
I'm out at the 4-6's ranch when I'm not screaming on stage.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
I
But then
got-
like his political views are still very like socially acceptable, like liberal leaning.
Yeah.
And so it's like the best of both worlds for everybody. And like it's fighting music. It's
I got called a
badass.
discount Matt Honeycutt on a post that I put up on TikTok. Like I like Wish brand because I had a
Timu
Costco.
brand.
I had a
got
I had a
Matt
cutoff
Honeycutt
shirt.
on.
Yeah, I had a cutoff shirt. We were going to the Bill Murray concert,
That's
so I had
right.
this cutoff shirt, blue jeans on, cowboy hat, and someone I was doing like one of those fit posts or whatever, and somebody going there was like, I'm gonna tell my kids that this was Matt Honeycutt, or some shit.
Hey, what was that band that we saw with Better Lovers a couple of weeks ago that was from the Bay?
God, Better
That
Lovers.
was
You know, it's
what were they called
Dillinger.
again?
Spy?
Spy.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
Spy
their
fucking
front
rules,
man was
bro.
that way
Spy
too.
was cool.
Spy
Their
rules.
front man was that way too. He got off the stage and started walking around. He's like looked like he was wearing ropers and like dorky looking
To me,
black
like,
pants.
It was
and-
Lance. If Lance could, had long hair or whatever,
Mhm.
that's Lance's
That's
evil
what we were
twin was
joking
Spy.
about.
Yeah.
That was a really good band. They had that Bay attitude, that San Francisco, Oakland,
Goddamn
fuck
right.
you attitude. I
I
love
love
that.
I like the
do
new
The
Kubla
real
Khan
Bay
album.
shit, baby.
Mhm.
I liked the new Kubla Khan album, but I liked Absolute better than this
Oh.
album.
Easily.
Yes, but
Absolute.
Easily.
I like Absolute better too.
I put it on the list just because the notoriety and
Oh,
the
yeah.
added publicity it gave to heavy music. Period. Like
100%.
I'll talk about the Knock Loose record here in a bit, but like I don't love Knock Loose and I don't love that album, but I love what it's doing for like that genre
Heavy
for the
music.
scene.
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my number 10, actually I didn't do a full 10, is Ulcerate, Cutting the Throat of God.
That's a good fucking album.
Yeah, that I listened to it a few times, and it rocks, man. Your turn, Thomas. Hey,
Well,
wait, real quick, time
yeah.
out. Can we go into what's been going on with you, Aaron, or would you like to save that for another show?
No, we can do that now.
Because Aaron is actually he mentioned that he hadn't been doing much music, but he needed a release. I don't know if y'all caught that in there, but yeah, Aaron, why don't you fill us in on that if you can, or I'll do it, or whatever you'd like to do, man. Because I
Yeah.
think our listeners would like to know that so they can pray for your family and give you or send you positive vibes and mojo and all that stuff too. So
If you make me cry, I
No,
will
that's
curb
exactly what
stomp
I'm
you
trying to not
so
do.
hard.
well, that's what I'm trying not to
No,
do.
and
That's
it's-
why I was saying I
Do I
can
need
do
to
it if
play
you'd
the
like
sad
to.
music over here?
Please don't.
Yeah.
Do,
Just
But-
violin music.
It's fitting with the Better Lover show y'all went to because their drummer dropped out right before the Dallas show
We're
Uh-huh.
just talking about.
because his
Yeah,
daughter got diagnosed with AML leukemia.
Is
So
that
that's
what it
what it
was?
was?
We
Yeah.
didn't
Really?
know what
Terrible.
it was.
Yeah, she got diagnosed with AML leukemia.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And so on July 2nd of this year, my at then 3-year-old son, now 4-year-old son, was diagnosed with BAL leukemia.
Oh no.
What's the difference?
Uh, from what the medical people tell you, is that we have the one you want. So
Crazy statement.
It
the
is.
AML,
It is.
which is what I can't remember the drummer's name, what his daughter has. I think
Goose.
Goose's daughter. I think she's 4. The factory that makes your white blood cells and your immune system is broken.
Okay.
What my son has, ALL B type. His factory's making broken pieces, but his factory works. So it's easier to treat, and there's a much higher, unfortunately, for Goose, but I know survivors now. I've met so many cancer people now, it's insane.
Right.
For what my son has at Cooks, it's a 96% survival rate, like complete cure rate. Nationally, it's a 98%. I believe.
Those are
and
good
That's
odds.
great.
I didn't
Yeah.
do the. I haven't done I haven't done the research myself because I don't want to get
Yeah.
sad about it.
And
Yeah.
be freaked
But I
out.
think
yeah.
I think roughly, generally speaking, the AML in kids is like 50-50,
Oof.
maybe even slightly less. But yes, yeah. So my son got diagnosed with cancer at 3, and it's completely rocked our worlds.
It just came out of left field too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Well, you posted a long post. I remember seeing it, and me and Dustin were like, "Oh fuck, man!" And it was just out of left field.
We just got back from beach vacation, white people beach vacation with my white family.
Yeah.
My
Did you
son,
blame it on the white family? Be like, what the hell?
Unfortunately,
You
it's
my
I
kid.
it's
hang out
not-
with you guys and look what happens.
not genetic, and because of sheer numbers,
Yeah.
Hispanics are more likely to get it.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that either.
I didn't. My wife read the book. They gave us a textbook, and she had it all read within 2 days. I was like, "Fuck off."
Mhm.
But
that's the way I'd be.
in the cancer ward, she was like, look around, and sure enough, Z. Everyone ends with a Z up there, and I was like, holy shit, Sanchez, Gutierrez, Rodriguez. Like, I know a lot of Mexicans. Being one myself, I've never met anyone with this. But then I was talking to a dad that their daughter's out of the woods, been for a long time. Like, it's a numbers game, and now especially in Texas, there's so many of you. It's like, yeah, okay, like that does make sense that you throw the 10% out there, and the majority of the 10% right now is going to be Hispanic.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not genetic, but I guess because there are more of us around here right now, we're the higher numbers. But my son was never, once a year he would get sick. Like once a year. And in late June, he kicked off an ear infection, like naturally by himself. Like no problem. And then he started popping 105-degree fever. But he acted normal. Kicking my ass, jumping all over the place, all the energy in the world. He was just burning hot. And so we go to the doctor, and they give you antibiotics. It could be, all these different things. The next day, his actual doctor calls and says, hey, come in. They do like a blood test, and because his doctor knows him so well, was like, look, these numbers look weird, but it could just be an infection. When you get sick, I've come to find out, your white blood cells lower anyway because they're fighting the infection. And he goes, but he looks great, but so the white blood cell count looks weird. Go across the street to Cook's right now and get a blood test. And we're like, okay. And we went, and the ER doctor there, no bedside manner because it's the ER, right? They don't have time to care about your feelings. Like, well, I'm just going to say the elephant in the room, that it's probably cancer.
Jesus.
And I almost punched this woman right in the...
I get it. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
She said, I'm going to say what we're all thinking. My wife and I were like, no one's fucking thinking that.
We were just hanging out here. We just get a blood test. What the fuck?
Yeah, like he's... Outside of now him crying because you had to put an IV in him, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, after the guilt of going up there and your kid's healthy and it's not cancer, we're in the cancer ward because it's overflow. It's overflow. All these little bald kids here laughing. It's 4th of July. The family had a 4th of July party up there. And we're up there like our world just got destroyed. Everyone up there is like all like honky-dory, laughing, kids playing. And my kid's got a full head of hair and they're all bald. And I was like, we don't belong here. And then once we got like the official it's cancer diagnosis, it's like, what? I'm a fucking asshole for thinking I don't belong here and these people. But there's a whole like community up there. And so like parents pulled my wife and I aside as they called us in the hallway. And this dad stopped me and he literally read my mind. This is what you thought. This is what you were thinking. This is how you feel now. And you think that you're an asshole for feeling you don't belong here because your kid's got a full head of hair and my daughter's bald. And it was like, get out of my head. He goes, dude, it's the process.
Clocked
we
you
all
like a
felt
motherfucker.
That's crazy.
We've all walked through the exact same paces.
That's wow. That's
and
You
he
kept
was,
in
what a
touch with that guy?
support system.
oh yeah. No, we like
Yeah.
my wife got a shirt, the 5th Floor Moms Club, because the 5th floor at Cooks is the oncology floor.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we keep in touch, and because we're up there so often, we see each other up there so often. I was
Right.
like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And
Yeah.
hoping that it's just routine and not like.
It's just a different type of drinking club. It's kind of weird.
But they don't let you drink.
Yeah.
'Cause the first night they're like, "Do you need anything?" I was like, "Y'all got like Coors Lights?" And they're like, "My wife's like, he's not
That's
joking."
not a
Yeah.
fucking joke.
I kinda
the
need
nurse
one.
was like, "Oh, please don't bring alcohol to the hospital." I was like, fair. And so my world's just kind of been wrapped up around getting our heads around the fact that he's in remission now, but like he's still got 2.5 years of chemo still.
Yeah.
And so I mean, everything's just been about Dad and his well-being. And
Man,
our sanity.
kudos to that doctor though that picked that out and had you come in
Our
like that, man.
Our oncologist was like, "Who's your pediatrician?" And we said, "Why?" Because typically when kids come in, leukemia, it's stages like 4 years ago, I had colon cancer. It was stage 3. Like regular cancers, tumors, are stages of growth. Like with leukemia, you have it or you don't. And it could be in 50% of your bloodstream right now. I can test you in an hour and you're at 100. And we got in there at 63 or 67%. And so she was like, the fact that he's acting fine, he only has a fever. Most doctors would have given you antibiotics and sent you home and told you to ice him down and come back in a week. And the fact that they sent you in right away, and I was like, it's in the Cooks family. It's across the street. Like he knows the family. He knows us really well.
Yeah.
And they're like, not to say that we caught this early because you have it or you don't, but she was like, but we caught it early. And then they genetic test the cancer itself. The cancer had an extra chromosome, which makes it more susceptible to the treatment. So we started, it's called favorable, so like low risk, standard, and high risk. So we started favorable, and within 3 weeks he'll be in remission, and we'll start, the 2 years of upkeep, whatever. And good for my son, terrible for us. Within those 3 weeks, they updated the test that they could check for it. So they used to be able to check to like the 10th of a percentage point in your blood, but by the time that he got tested, they were able to get out to like the 1,000th, and so he didn't meet the metric by like 1/100th of a percentage, so he wasn't in remission. So that moved us to standard. It sucked to hear, real kick in the dick, but had we tested a week ago, we would have been in remission in lighter dosages, and it would have been there and come back. And then it just wouldn't go away. It just kept like inching up, incrementally, the decimals of a percentage point. And finally, I think 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, we finally got into remission.
Yeah.
But we went from low risk to high risk, and we're still just catching our breaths.
Right. Well, 2025 will be good for you, man. We're gonna be good.
hope
Man.
so.
Yeah. And like I said, our listeners ask us about stuff like because we talk about it, and everybody that hangs out with us, man, you got all our support and
I
love,
appreciate
man.
that.
Absolutely.
Always.
We felt so much support and loving and caring from everyone. And my wife always says I'm the Slumdog Millionaire that just never won any money because I know everybody.
Yeah.
And so we started the whole process, and I was underemployed for like the past year and a half. And then my wife had started a new job, and so she was unemployed for like 3 months. And it's like, okay, so we don't need people to cover our mortgage, but like we don't have savings, and we've got all
Right.
this credit card debt. Like, what do we need? I was like, just cover his deductible. And so we put out one GoFundMe to cover just his deductible for the next
I was
3
about
years.
to ask,
And
so we can share it.
within 10 days, it was met. Like, in 10 days, fully funded.
Dustin, how you feeling, man? Let's get that. Go fund me.
Oh, for me, I was like, what? I don't-
Transitioning? What?
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. We could do a
trying to-
GoFundMe for your transition.
Okay, there we go.
What?
Yeah, and within 10 days, it was fully funded because my
That's
mom
awesome,
even
man.
started getting scared about it. And I was like, yeah, like, Mom, the money is the last thing to worry about. She's like, why? And
Yeah.
we were very bootstrappy. You don't ask for anything. You turn things down. Don't give me
Mhm.
anything. And I was like, this is what we got to pay a year to be deductible. We asked for $1,000 less for the 3 years. And then I logged in, showed her the computer screen, and she shit a brick. She was like, already? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, like all the emails I'm getting from GoFundMe is here's ways to promote your charity. But we were funded before those emails came in.
Damn.
That's
It's
crazy.
like we
Wow.
don't
That's awesome.
That's good
we-
for
we
you
don't
guys. Wow.
need it. And we were blessed that we met a lot of people along the way that were connected to this in one way, shape, or form. Like the guy I go see Furnace Fest with, his father-in-law hired and trained our oncologist. My old boss and my old career, he's on the board at Cook's. The lady who used to watch my son as a newborn at our old church, her daughter had what John now had when she was John's age, and for her, at her last checkup, it came back and they had to start from square one. She's with the Leukemia Texas Foundation, and they have taken care of us better than we deserve to be taken care of. So it's been an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
He's happy and healthy and kicking my ass and fine.
The-
And he looks like he's going to continue being fine.
The stories you told me the other day as we were texting back and forth, I was like, I'm glad he's feeling good and doing that,
Like,
making you insane.
That's why I was
good.
late here today, because like I was right on time and go say bye, and then he just grabs my leg and starts. I was like, "You see me all day. You'll see me all day tomorrow." And I was like, what
I'll
do
be
you?
Should have brought him in.
You're just gonna piss your pants again. I'm just gonna give you another spanking. Like what? Like you want me here? Don't go. I
Yeah.
park and I get a frantic phone call, and I was like, "Oh God, the back." Right now he's on a backpack. It's a 24/7 infusion. And last time he was on it, he disconnected himself 4 times
Oh,
and broke the
man.
pump 3 other times. 4 other times? 3 other
Oh
times.
man.
And you have a 4-hour window to get the medicine going again, or else you start day 1 of 29 from scratch.
Mm.
And so we're always on call that we've gone back twice already. And we're in week 2, we've been back twice.
Yeah.
On emergency.
How does
like,
he sleep
reconnect-
with it?
Very carefully.
Yeah.
So it plugged into the wall to charge overnight, and we put it on the edge of the bed,
Uh huh.
and then he just knows that his little noodle's going over there. So try
Yeah.
not to spin, and do not get out of bed.
How do you do that not being a kid, man? They spin like crazy
it's
sleeping.
long and it's pigtailed, so it's got give.
Like
Yeah.
in the mornings, have you had to wake him up and be like, "All right, I got to untangle you here, real nice
Yes.
and gently."
I'd be
Well, and
scared
what
I'd
sucks-
trip over it or something,
'Cause
man.
in the
Yeah.
daytime, and now we do father talk, right? In the daytime, he's so busy with his toys or his show that he won't go pee, and then then it's a frantic mad dash, and he never makes it.
Mm-hmm.
At nighttime, when he's got a pull up on, so like leave us alone because he used to just sleep through everything. No, he wakes up 3 times a night just screaming. He knows he can't get up, so he's screaming for us. So we think it's beeping. We think something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
What happened? I gotta go pee pee. Oh god! And so then you're half asleep and it's dark and you're trying to untangle him to make sure you don't disconnect all the stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's done. He's good. So that's the stress we're under right now. That we're on 24/7. Like
Need
we're
some-
going in right now.
Need some Xanax.
I am on Xanax now, and it is awesome. I can
Yeah.
tell the difference right away.
Well, cool. Let's get this going again, man. Keep
Glad
us
to
up
hear
with
Definitely
it.
everything's
upbeats.
And also,
glad to hear
we'll
everything's
probably get you, back in and go into it a lot more detail
like I
and stuff
told you,
because we'd like to know.
You're always
some-
welcome.
Yeah,
Anytime
for
you
sure.
need to come in and just
Yeah.
blow off
We
some
knew you were
steam and
busy,
hang
by
out.
the way. So
I like that,
Get
guys.
away.
Thank you. And I live so
Get
much
away.
closer now. It was 12 minutes.
heck yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
It's not bad. at
And if
all.
you want to move closer, I'm a realtor now, so I can.
I don't
you
want to
know,
move again.
You want to come over here? You'll be
Don't
5
blame
minutes
you.
away. Come
Yeah.
on, let's go.
All right, Thomas, what you got, man?
All right. Well,
Let's get back to the metal. Or maybe not for you.
yeah,
I
it's
guess. I don't
hard to
know.
pick up after all that, man. That's heavy.
Well, then, Dustin, your turn.
Oh, no,
Just
no,
kidding.
I do have. I wasn't as involved in listening to new music this year because, I mean, my girlfriend's stepmother did pass away also from from rectal cancer from 50 plus years of smoking. But the new music, I only have 2 on my list. One's local, Henry the Archer's "The Garden."
Oh, you only have 2 albums, period?
Period. Yeah, that came
Okay.
out this year. That came
Okay.
out this year, and then as far as like the non-local music, 1st of October. These guys are 2 well-known YouTube famous musicians, and once a year they book. On the first day of October, they book a 12-hour studio session with no ideas, no lyrics, no framework, and they record an entire fucking album. And when they release it, and they never play those songs again.
That's like
It's
that
pretty genius.
thing up in Denton, the river.
interesting.
What is it?
That's
The
very
what
interesting.
is it? What is the Denton musician thing?
But that's
that,
a whole weekend and camping
Yeah, a lot
and
of
doing all
drugs
sorts
and
of
stuff.
stuff.
Okay.
all that
Anyway,
stuff,
the name of
yeah.
this album was called Round 6 because it's their 6th one they've done since 2018.
Well, now I want to check this
Yeah.
out. That's crazy.
It's
cool.
badass, and this one, the theme of this one was video
Huh.
games. Yeah.
we got a game coming.
We
up.
got a
so
we got a
video
game
game.
coming up.
You can't play it though. Thomas.
All right.
What
so
game is it?
my-
Call of Duty? Fuck that.
No, it's a game for the podcast.
Oh,
Chill
Yeah.
out. My
Run
number
the
10
cameras.
My number 10, and this one I was real hesitant on because I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with this record, but it's the Nails. Every Bridge Burning.
It's a good fucking album, though.
But I get tired of it
Yeah.
really quick
Yeah.
because it starts feeling repetitive.
Are
But
they
then
still a
it's-
3-piece?
you take a
stagnant.
break and you come back in and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is so badass, and you're like, oh, I'm so. And I think it wears you out.
Yeah,
what it
that's just
does.
them as a
Yeah.
band,
Yeah,
I think.
Nails always.
You guys
have
are
worn me
listening
out.
to some aggressive
I
music.
sent
Yeah,
you something
no.
the other day. You said the same thing that was just kind of repetitive, but it was good. And I cannot remember what it was I sent you.
You know, you can like go back.
I don't
and look
want
at our
to.
text
I don't want to
messages.
do it.
All right,
Yeah.
Lance, number 2 for you, or I guess
My number
9.
10 is actually well before I get that I wanted to say something. So you like that the Bay Area attitude
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that
I
shit?
love it.
So I mean, I'm sure you know Tsunami.
Hmm?
You should check out Foghorn.
Okay.
Foghorn.
I thought you were going to say Foghat, but
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I've
Foghat
seen that.
also fucking
Dude, check
rules,
out
but
Foghat.
Yeah.
Foghorn.
Leghorn.
I
Foghorn.
think you'll fuck with that.
All right,
It's
cool.
very, very much the same thing. My number 10 is actually local guys, Trauma Ray.
yeah. You came
That
in
album-
talking.
So
that album's so
that,
good.
yeah.
Trauma Ray's on my local release list,
I need to
which
check
we'll
that
get
out.
to, or the podcast local release. We put together our podcast local
Okay.
release, but that record,
Are you
Like,
gonna go to the
from
show
Sound
at
Number-
Tulips?
yeah,
When is
And
it?
The 10th.
The 10th.
All right, yeah, I'll
It's
try to
them
make
and
that.
Ozone, and it's gonna be a fun.
See, I
It's
haven't
so
seen
good.
Ozone live still,
Oh, dude.
and everybody's like, "Oh, you gotta go."
It's unbelievable.
I think the best
yeah,
show,
yeah.
the best time I've seen them was, I mean, whenever they did their
Not So Fun Weekend.
Not So Fun Weekend was probably the best.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
It was just they were in a small room over there at Rubber Gloves. They were in like the
The little tiny room.
little tiny room
Mhm.
at Rubber Gloves, and it was just, I mean,
packed the fuck out.
from front to back, just slammed in there. It was so good.
yeah. All right, man. What's yours? What you got?
Okay, so going on to number 9,
Tim's number 9.
Zealot, Dead Icarus.
Zealot.
Oh,
So
okay.
Dead Icarus is fronted by
Heard.
the former vocalist of Atreyu. Do that album. I just happened to come across it. It wasn't on my radar or anything.
Wasn't that
and
drummer their vocalist, or was only on some songs of Atreyu?
I think it was only on some songs.
Okay.
Dude, it's just a killer album. I mean, if it kind of reminds me of Atreyu a little bit. I mean, the vocals are there, but it's a fun album. It's heavy. It's fast paced. It's just a good
Right.
And the album art's really fucking cool.
That means something, man.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
kids today don't know that.
I like
but
it
that
when you
means
put-
something, man.
I remember opening up like getting a cassette tape or whatever, and you open it up and you pull the thing out. And
Yeah.
you got like
oh yeah.
you got the
So
lyrics in there, and you've got like different the first
You open up Appetite for Destruction, there's a robot raping a lady on the back.
That was the
What's
original
that?
cover.
Yeah.
The label nixed it because it was
Yeah.
too graphic.
I remember one of the first cassette tapes I bought was a Green Day Dookie, and just had
Yep.
had the
I still have mine.
that front cover on there, and you open it up, it had all the lyrics, and I remember sitting there reading them, and I'm reading them with one of my friends, and like, oh, look at this one, look at whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't get that in the digital
No,
world anymore.
I took
man.
my daughter. There was a estate sale 2 doors down from my house this weekend, which was a story. And talk about shoot the shit stories. This place was interesting, but they had tapes. They had tapes, they had vinyls, and they had CDs. And my daughter's like, "What is all this garbage?" And it's like these kids today, man. They don't know.
You're like,
They don't know.
We're gonna educate you on
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Was it your youngest?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Aaron. What's up, man? What you got on the Listico?
It's funny because when Dookie first came out, I spent the time looking at the cover like, "Where's Waldo?"
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's so much
There's
stuff
yeah,
going on.
so
there
much
is.
stuff, Yeah.
There
I wonder
is.
if anyone's got that whole thing tattooed on
Or
their
like
back.
the old-
Surely
Without a
someone
doubt.
Remember
has, I
the
bet.
old Six Flags maps that would have little
Yes.
cartoon
Yeah.
drawings and stick figures and stuff doing weird things?
Yeah, the Looney Tunes
That's the way
characters. Yeah.
Dookie was to me. It's
I think
like,
that's why like
hell?
our generation of media is so like entranced with like Easter eggs and like
Mm-hmm.
books and stuff and
Yeah.
movies because like we grew
Yeah.
up. Where's Waldo is just an Easter egg hunt.
We
Yeah.
did it right.
It is.
So in no particular order, I'm going through and making my list as y'all go. That Mexican OT.
Oh, it was so
Fucking
good.
solid.
I want to. I can't recall how I heard about him.
He was viral
Maybe-
on TikTok for a while.
That's not how I found him. I think it may have been Jake from the Dumb Zone mentioned it, or maybe he mentioned it after I had found. I don't know, but I love that Mexican OT. His flows, his confidence, because he's just a big, fat, titty, short little Mexican dude.
He did play
Yeah.
Trees, right?
Dude.
Like not too long ago, and
Yeah.
it was
Before he
way
got big.
overpacked.
I
Yeah.
saw him at
Because he went up like that.
ACL. I saw a set at ACL, and I'm going to tell you that he is the embodiment of Paul Wall in the sense of like so friendly and so nice and just wants everybody to be involved. They brought up a little kid, so this little kid was up on his dad's shoulder, and he did the whole like pulled his mouth open like that Mexican OT does, and he brought this little kid up on stage. This little kid's up there just dancing, having a good time, and like he's just such a friendly dude.
Yeah.
And that right there, like, I like this music, but that sold me.
Like his like transparency with his story and raised by grandma and dad's out of jail and now dad's his manager and like just the whole thing is like, man, like you're not putting up any sort of image or do whatever. You're just being you,
Yeah.
which is like very Houston of him though.
I think
yeah.
Posty.
Super
I think
cool.
Posty helped with these kids on that because he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, like
that
you-
guy.
you
He's
don't
like,
have to
he
be
doesn't give
some-
a damn.
You don't
yeah.
have to be what they want you to be. You can just
Right.
be yourself and people will still
Yeah,
like you.
yeah.
Right.
Austin
When the
Richard
music's
Post.
good.
Yeah. So that's it's funny you mentioned Paul Wall because he's on our wish list, Dustin. You know that?
Yeah.
And so I guess we'll add that the Mexican OT, man, for sure.
I
There
mean,
are so many records that came out from bands I didn't know still made music.
Yeah. Yeah.
like
It was
Sebastian
a,
Bach.
It's been
Yeah.
a crazy year.
Yeah.
That's a
The
weird
fucking
album.
Cure put out an album.
Did he
That's
put
Well,
out
hold on.
the cover?
I'm gonna stop peeling back the
Just
curtain.
saying.
So my
There you go.
my next one is a pretty well known band that I didn't really pay attention to until this album is the Opeth, and it's the
they
Lost
came out
Will
with a
and
new one?
Testament.
Yeah.
What do you
and
mean
I
it's
you
a
didn't
haven't
know that
paid
we had a
attention?
new one.
We've seen them like
I know
9 times.
it's one of those bands that have opened up for like every band in the world that's come through town,
I've never
and
seen
I
them
just never
before.
really given a shit about them. But this album's really
When did we
good.
see 'em?
So
So fucking
I
good.
really liked it. So there you go, Thomas.
Yeah, they
Handing it off to you.
It was
man.
fucking good.
we
That
saw
album
them with
was.
Mastodon 3 years ago.
Yeah, they actually they've played with Mastodon on their tours a few times because wasn't
Yeah.
that the band that they co-headlined and we
Ghost.
like 2 years in a row and we're like, damn it, we gotta see Opeth again before.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
all right, man. Thomas.
I've
He already
already,
did his.
He
I've
had
already
2
told you.
albums.
Oh, you blew your load right off the bat. That's it, huh?
Yeah,
All right, Dustin, your turn.
it was a rough year
Okay.
for me.
Mine was it's pronounced Ishan. Ishan. It's
Oh, so
IHSAHN.
good.
And it's
Oh my god.
it's the old guitar songwriter from Emperor.
Oh yeah.
He went out
Love
and
Emperor.
is basically doing solo stuff
Yeah.
alone now, and it's progressive industrial. It's
unbelievable.
it's an amazing
I don't
record.
think I've
It's
listened to it
really
yet.
freaking good.
For real?
I
I
haven't
haven't listened
yeah,
to it
You-
yet.
you-
All right,
that
I'll
would
listen-
be on your
I'll
top
put
10.
it on there.
There's an
It's
orchestral
Norwegian-
version too. Did you listen to the orchestral?
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
released
God, it's so
both
good.
albums at the same time. One of
ESHA?
them-
Oh no, I did listen to that because
Ishan.
yeah, because I
IH
That's what I was gonna say. I
SAHN.
swore you listened.
no,
to
yeah,
it.
you said it to me because it had
I
y'all
couldn't
saying there
stop
was
talking about it.
the orchestral version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, both were released at the exact same time, and I started listening to the orchestra version. I was like, this is kind of weird, but I saw the other one, so
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? And went over the other one. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, you're the one that told me
What
about
is
the
this?
orchestral
Yeah,
one.
and I
I
was
didn't
like,
know.
W-
Yeah, holy
We're going back
fuck.
for it, but that is, I mean, it's progressive, industrial, black metal,
Yeah.
all mixed in, and then you have an orchestra.
That sounds
version.
interesting.
It's so awesome.
It's so cool.
I looked up Aisha from ABC.
Yeah.
IHSAHN.
Same.
It's pronounced Ishan because it's Norwegian. but
Okay.
it's IH, yeah.
Johnny Cash put a record out this year.
That's weird.
It's
I'm
a weird
not
old
sure
stuff.
how he could do that. Hologram.
Yeah.
AI.
Hey, I mean, there's been
There you go.
quite a few posthumous
Probably.
albums that came out this year.
Yes.
Juice World
Yeah.
came out with one. Wasn't very good.
No.
My number 9 is actually Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay,
Fair.
It's
Alright.
so fucking good, dude.
it is. It is
It's
good.
so good.
And that was
Sabrina
huge.
Carpenter?
I know it's so random that would be on my top 10, but
Didn't
it's
expect that
so
in our show
fucking
today.
good.
I don't know
Surprising.
if she's got the same producer as the rest of them.
Would I know anything that she sings?
Who's
I
her
mean, she was
producer?
pretty fucking viral with
Really?
that espresso song. She
I
was
was going to
dating-
call it cappuccino.
She was a Disney Channel kid, wasn't she?
Yeah, she
That's
was.
what I
She
thought.
was
Oh,
dating
okay.
Barry Keoghan until he.
So when's
fucking
her
cheated
sex
on her.
tape coming out?
Hopefully soon.
Good.
All of her lyrics are super
Super
horny.
sexual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So horny.
Yeah,
I do
over
know
the
that.
top. Yeah.
She's awesome. She makes me laugh because she just like it's overly horny and she's talking shit the whole time too.
Wasn't she on Boy Meets World or whatever the relaunch?
Girl
or
Meets World.
Girl
Yeah.
Meets World, yeah.
Yeah.
Girl Meets World.
It's like
So is she gonna be like that? What's her name? Maylene, whatever her fucking name is from Boy Meets World that just started doing straight porn.
Oh, the redheaded.
Yeah, the redheaded
One.
chick.
Oh yeah, she did. I
She's
forgot.
hot,
She
too.
went straight into porn. And
No, it wasn't straight. It took like 20 years.
She worked at Hooters
Maitland,
first, man.
Maitland Ward.
Maitland Ward. Yeah. Is this what she's gonna do?
I hope not.
Sabrina Carpenter straight into
If you-
porn.
If she holds it together,
I don't know, man.
she does have. Sabrina Carpenter does look like post like 35 that she'll start looking more
It
like
does.
me physically.
I wouldn't
She's
say
short.
that. She is very
Yes.
short.
She's 5'1".
I gotta run a joke by you after the show. By the way, I can't say right now because
Well, write it down so you don't forget.
But I want to see if you're okay with
Okay.
me putting in my comedy set.
All right, what you got
all
up
right,
there?
number eight, Stigma, Wage War.
Oh yeah,
I did not expect
Yeah,
that.
dude, I fell in love with Wage War last year, and dude, Stigma I thought was a killer album. It was a lot of fun listening to it.
Wage War.
Wage War, yeah.
Wage
To check it
War.
out.
It's
Yeah, you should.
very metalcore, but this one they started experimenting a little bit, so there's
Yeah.
still some like there's a little bit of death metal. They have one fucking riff in there that is very like metal. It's super weird. It comes out of nowhere, like the breakdown is crazy, and then they have like industrial type shit because everybody's basically dancing around industrial at this point. Silent Planet did that.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Which I'm really into this whole.
Yeah,
I,
I
I
like
love
it too.
industrial.
Right.
I like it too. That's these new. I was telling Dustin on the way home from the Better Lovers show. Man, there's some really cool heavy music that's
Yeah.
out right now that's really fun to listen to and really fun to go watch live.
Yeah, I think people just stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah.
They stopped
Yeah.
worrying about being stuck in a box, and now they're like, well, we're just gonna make what we want and see what the fuck happens.
Right.
And
Right.
it's working out.
I support it. Timicus.
So
You just
I
did.
just did mine.
Oh
He
yeah, that's
did.
right. It's
So now we're
Aaron.
down
I'm
to
sorry,
Aaron.
man.
I don't. It wasn't a full record, but again, God, I hate myself. Another TikTok find. As you're doom scrolling in a doom-filled situation in the hospital, you just find stuff. Did y'all see that Indian rapper Huna Mankind that went super viral with that?
Yeah.
No, I don't know about it.
Like it's a real like Houston third coasty sounding flow he's got.
Yep.
And that song, it slaps.
It's so good.
Really?
So when my Spotify Warp was done, it was like my number 2 most listened to song of the year. My wife was like, "Yeah, you made me listen to that song for like 6 weeks straight
It's fucking
on
good,
repeat."
man. The music video is even
The
crazy.
music
Huh.
video's dope.
Yeah.
India looks fun. India looks a lot of fun.
I
think
just
I'm
heard
gonna
it
dodge
stinks really
India
bad.
for a while.
If you can get used to the
Get used to the
smell,
smell.
then
It's
it
not
looks
fun
like
for
fun.
women.
And
I've
so
heard.
maybe but the women in the video they're having a ton of
They were
fun.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
running gambling rings and
Yeah.
What's the Indian metal band that we love that Dave always has to send us updates on? The Bloody I forgot, is it
Bollywood.
Is it Bloody
Bollywood.
Bollywood
Bloody
or something?
Bollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about
Bloody
them.
Wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
some cool shit.
Yeah.
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 so
They even have a flute player, or whatever that instrument's
Skin
called.
flute?
Yeah. No, not a skin flute.
A flautist.
Fucking idiot.
The-
Flautist?
the song's called Big Dogs with a W, and it's
Uh-huh.
got over 300 million spins on Spotify.
Damn.
It's
Wow.
I'd
And
be
granted,
surprised if you haven't heard it.
India is a massive country.
Yeah.
But because of all the stress, my ADHD meds just kind of don't work. It's just like in a bucket.
Yeah.
And so I fall on these rabbit holes. So I listen to all these Mexican OT interviews to find out his backstory. Like, I didn't sleep one night because I don't sleep anymore. So I learned everything I could about this Huna Mankind kid. He grew up in Houston, hence the Houston rap influence. Went to college in India, then was like a stockbroker or something in like Merrill Lynch, India, Saks, India, something out there, and doing like work happy hours. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, like you can rap," and he was like, "I can," and he was like, "Shit, like
Crazy.
I make good money, and India's cheap to live in. I'm gonna take my shot and
Yeah.
see if it works out." And I guess he's been doing really well in India. And then this video and the song went super
Damn.
viral, and I was honestly waiting for him to be on that Kendrick Lamar album.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he wasn't. But he put out a new song that's on a Netflix show or something. Because while I was watching it, I heard it, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's made it to Netflix America!" Like he really did go globally viral.
It's that, you know what that reminds me of is that Jewish dude that did the same thing a while back. He came up. He was like a SoundCloud rapper he was a finance guy that just jumped ship and was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna start
gonna
doing
try it."
music." What was his name?
The only one I can think of is Lil Dicky.
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Oh,
Little
yeah, you're
Dicky,
right.
He did that. He was one of the first guys
My
that
brain went to
just said,
Modest
"Fuck
Yahoo.
this."
Yeah, that's where
That's where I was
that's where my
going
brain
to.
went.
Modest
That's where I was
Yahoo.
going.
I just
Like, I
couldn't
don't
think of the
remember that
name.
part of the
I don't
story.
remember it either.
Nosferatu?
Mats-
Yes,
Mats
yes,
Yahoo.
Modest-
Oh,
He was like the reggae
Yeah,
rapper
Modest
with the
Yahoo, I
curls.
remember
oh
him.
yeah. I remember.
Yeah, he was the shit.
Is he
That
not
was like the mid 2000s.
making the music
Yeah.
anymore?
Yeah,
Or
Lil-
is he?
Probably, but
Lil Dicky, and then went on to do Dave. You know, his name's Dave.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when did the TV show
Yeah,
Dave?
he-
and,
Turns out he's also funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
He
good
is
with
a funny dude.
numbers. He rap and he's
He's
funny.
His freestyle's amazing too. Like when he first came out, he was on that one guy, not
he was on the Breakfast Club.
the Breakfast
Yeah.
Club, and lit it up,
Yeah, he
dude. I
was-
couldn't believe it. And then they did the same thing with what's his face town from Houston. What's that guy's name? That he lives in Florida now, Riff Raff,
Oh yeah.
and it wasn't even
So
close.
I thought Lil Dicky was always good because he started off as just kind of like one of those like
It was Snoop.
comedy,
comedy
Yeah,
rapper or
comedy
whatever.
rap.
Like Childish Gambino, the same thing. And
Yeah,
then he
and
took
I
the
thought
serious turn.
I thought he was just gonna be pigeonholed in that one, and then all of a sudden, I mean, his flows actually are good. He can freestyle like nobody's business, and then it just blew up from there. And now
Yeah.
look at him; he's got this whole ass big
My
career.
freestyle's so slow. It's like 1, 2, I'm gonna spit it, get it.
What's your number
1,
7?
2, 3. All right, my number 7 is this is old school.
I got
right?
you.
Are we on
yeah,
7
I
already?
got you.
No, it
we-
should be 8.
I don't
We're
have
on- you're
10,
on
so
eight,
I'm,
yeah, we're on eight.
Oh yeah, number
yeah.
8. Sorry.
But I'm old school, so I was excited when I saw Judas Priest put out an album this year.
I heard it was
and,
really good.
Invincible.
I haven't
and it's
not listened to it.
freaking. It's
pretty good.
great.
Okay.
It's just like Judas Priest is, man. And these bands, these older bands that are coming that put music out and start touring, we got a chance to see I'll talk about that later. But anyway, go see them right now because
While
they
you can.
fall out left and right.
And,
like
we lucked out.
we did with
But
Iron
it
Maiden.
scares me
Big
to see
fall.
some of these
Yeah, them and Scorpions, right?
bands, though.
Why?
Well, like, I don't want to see Motley Crue now. Like,
No.
No.
I mean,
God damn.
Vince,
I probably would still show up if they
I-
were playing Dickies or something.
No.
Like within 20 minutes drive, I'd probably go.
I
Like,
think we can go in a couple of weeks.
15 years
of
ago,
the-
I would have
Hey.
liked to have seen them, but like now, like seeing and same thing with like Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose.
You wouldn't like to see Tommy Lee beat the drums a little bit?
we saw Guns N'
with his
Roses
dong.
the last time they came through, and it was awesome.
really.
It
Yeah.
sounded fucking great. Who cares what he looks like? It sounded fucking great.
Yeah.
And that was at AT&T. Out
It's
of all
weird.
places for it to sound great.
There's a Christmas
I mean,
commercial
is he
right
actually
now
singing,
on,
or is it
No, he was actually
Okay.
singing. You can tell.
there's a Christmas commercial using Home Sweet Home right now. I'm like, dude, that song used to be my jam. Man.
Yep.
When I was serious with a girl, couple skate
I mean,
to
no-
Home Sweet Home.
Motley
November
Lou?
Rain was always one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
I was never a fan of November.
Dude, I loved it, man. It's a good.
It was
ballad.
Don't You Cry. That was my jam.
All right, we got to. We're
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
we're
Sorry,
running
sorry,
like
Dustin,
crazy.
your turn, man.
Number 8, Era, Cure.
Yeah, I was,
ER.
Oh,
I
yeah.
listened to that a little
Their
bit.
single
before
they
y'all
dropped
came
was
in.
awesome.
Yeah,
The
that
first
was
single.
it was talking about more people going toward this industrial turn with guttural yelling and everything. Yeah, that's what got me in on that. I was like, that's a good record.
Their concert
Yeah.
last year was badass.
It was a real good record. I was surprised by it.
You're a big
That
fan.
was.
My number 8 is Touche Amore.
Yeah.
Very punk, very.
Yeah.
It was solid. I
I
love
forgot
the
about
band.
that being out this year. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fucking good. It surprised the shit out of me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So my number 7's coming out of Australia.
Good eye, mate.
But they've got a really fun name.
Alpha Wolf.
It's a Night in Texas.
Oh.
So the band's called Night in Texas, based out of Australia. Digital Apocalypse is the album.
Australians love Texas.
Dude, it's fucking great.
They love metal too, man.
Australia is
It's
just
like
bigger Texas, is what I've heard, right?
yeah,
It's
it
just
It's like-
England, but
Yeah.
southern.
UK, Texas, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
all right, Aaron, you're up to the plate.
The album that probably knocked like the whole movement into like the pop culture hemisphere, Metro Boomin and Future, We Don't Trust You, because that's where the Kendrick verse came that like really
Started the
said like it was the beat was already going, but that's what set off like the
Drake.
yeah
beef,
the
the
him
ex-
and
the
Drake
beef.
back to back day really like this track releases back and forth. That album's what gave me a lot of entertainment this summer. That was much needed.
Have you ever listened
Yeah.
to 60 Songs That Explain the 90s, now, semicolon the 2000s?
I've started that podcast a few times, but I can't get past their voices.
It's just
like,
him.
Okay,
One
we're
guy.
just,
I love that guy's voice.
I,
It's great.
I don't. It's too. From what I remember, it was too NPR-y for me.
I watched it on the way down to, or I listened to it on the way down to Big Ben, but I never got back.
He did an episode of, since they've started up with the 2000s with 50 Cent in the club, but the whole backstory is talking about
The Ja
Diddy's
Rule.
list.
the Ja Rule, the fighting, and how hip hop fighting, and it goes to the Kendrick Lamar beef and all that, and how all this fighting keeps going, but how at one point, like, just 50 Cent, Ja Rule just didn't give a shit. Like, they were just saying the most asinine things at each other in these records.
And then these
How
next
great
two
it
took
is.
it to the next level.
The next level. So
I don't know,
it's
man.
a pretty
50
good
Cent
episode.
is probably the most petty person I've ever seen. He is still
funny.
fucking with Ja Rule. Like,
Yeah.
Ja Rule put on a concert, 50 Cent bought all the tickets.
I
so
remember that
nobody
story.
could go.
Yeah.
But I mean,
What?
but 50 Cent is
Yeah.
still like a
Genius,
huge
50
star,
Cent is amazing.
and Ja Rule's playing Texas Live.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But
I mean,
then like Ja Rule's comeback was like, yeah, but I get to spend time with my kids, and I still have my family. My mom's not dead.
Oh,
and this
shit.
and that. He's like just going down this laundry list of shit. And it's like,
Damn, that's
Damn.
heavy.
All right, so my next one, I'm going to go ahead and be the first one that mentions this band and their album, Better Lovers, and Highly Irresponsible.
well,
did he
great
do
album,
The fire
man.
spitting thing in Dallas.
He did
No.
not, because I think they had a weird vibe and stuff because
With
of
the
what was
recorded
going on and
tracks.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and that was one of the things I wanted to. I didn't put that on the next list we go on, but I thought what they did was really cool because they sacked up, talked to the crowd, and then fought through it. It was so disappointing to not see those guys play with the drummer and Goose, and I cannot wait until the spring. You
Who
said
filled
spring,
in?
right? Yeah.
in
Nobody.
They did a track.
Oh,
They had done a recorded live. They earlier in the tour in Philadelphia, they had recorded the show live, the entire show. They multi-tracked it, and that day their touring engineer put it all together so they played to the drum tracks.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's
okay,
pretty
so yes,
awesome.
like the Heart of the Bible's gone because I saw them at Furnace Fest in October, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I cannot wait to catch the full
Because like
real deal.
4 years ago, Furnace Fest, Every Time I Die, and then they announced the tour with Under Oath. I was like, that I never liked Every Time I Die, but that last album was badass. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was.
this tour's gonna kill.
Yeah.
And then Every Time I Die implodes.
That guitar is from that one, the other band too. The Upon a Burning Body.
The producer.
Yeah, he's got a
Oh,
guitar.
you're talking- You're talking
Putney,
about,
Will Putney.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Will
not
Putney.
Upon a Burning Body.
Oh, it's
that's,
not?
That's Fit for an Autopsy.
Fit for an Autopsy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these bands in there.
He's also in another
But
band.
man, he's got some.
He's
He's
in,
got it, man.
End.
And he's like
Yeah.
the
His
go-to
guitar
producer
End
for,
as well.
for all that music.
He's
I was
got
like,
his
yeah.
Where
guitar
did he start
sound
to
pretty much
recruit again?
dialed in. He's got that fuzz, metal,
Yeah.
and you can still hear his licks really good.
Metal
so-
Zone.
There's I saw an Instagram where he
Barely
broke down
adjusted.
his pedal board,
right?
and it was
Yeah.
like half of the pedals are like proprietary. It was really
all
interesting.
under
I
his
think
name
I
and
saw
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
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 I think I saw that. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
All right, Dustin.
Number 7, coming at you from Portugal, and I'm probably gonna fuck this name up, but this record's good. Guerilla
Guerra, I
Guerrilla-
think it is.
Guerrilla.
Oh my god, that album's so
Coma
fucking good.
is
It's
so badass,
So fucking good.
dude. It's like a soundscape to apocalypse. It's
that
so
one's
good.
the first one off my top
shoot.
10.
Really?
It's
Do they
so
sing in
fucking
English or
good.
It's
Portuguese?
good.
It's
It's in English.
It's in
Okay.
English, yeah.
Yeah, everything's English, but yeah, that record's
What do
fucking
you have
good.
against
so
Portuguese?
Fucking good.
Nothing. I was just
Yeah.
asking.
Okay.
It's so good.
You can't expect all the foreign bands to sing
Easy.
English.
My
Oh.
number 7 is Charlie Crockett.
Charlie Crockett.
He
Ah.
dropped 2 albums this year, but
He did.
$10 Cowboy is
You
the
just
better.
saw
I
him,
did.
didn't you?
He was
I
great
know,
live.
I missed
Yeah.
it. He was he opened for Leon, right?
Leon, yeah, yeah. He was.
He's so fucking talented.
Is it the
Yeah.
same? What? I guess I don't know. Like you've told me about him and insisted that I've heard his music before. Is it
Yeah.
just more of the kind of that old
It's that
Motown sounding
outlaw-
stuff?
outlaw
Oh, it's
rock.
outlaw
Like
country.
traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that stuff.
He's,
Yeah, it's
he's
good.
so fucking good, dude.
$10
seen him,
Cowboy's
like,
a good
3
record.
It really
Cool.
is.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
All right, so my number 6.
Number six.
Or number
is,
7.
no, I've already done number 7, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're
I've
on
already
number
done
6.
some-
Oh,
on
yeah,
number
you're on
6,
number 6. Yeah.
Um,
You started.
so there's 2 by the same band. The G Code and the G Code Crunk Edition by Peeling Flesh.
Okay, yeah.
Good.
The album is so fucking good. The mixture of
Oh
this
my
like
God.
heavy ass
G-Code
metal
is
and
such a
then
slam.
hip hop into it.
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
I've
it
seen a
is-
bunch of people like making videos and stuff.
Have
Shoot-
you
using their
listened to
stuff.
the,
Dude,
the
Shoot
record?
to
Yeah.
Shoot to Kill is the best song on the album, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's
It is
fucking
so
awesome.
fucking
I
good.
love rap metal too. Like I want to do
Well,
a rap metal
well, but it's-
project
it's-
someday, but I
it's-
can't get
it's a
anyone
s-
talked into it.
It's a slam, yeah.
album, but
Yeah.
it's got like they do like
That's got-
clips and
They have these little
shit. Yeah,
breakdowns in it
it's-
where like Shoot to Kill is just got
it's
this
so
hip
fucking
hop
fun.
breakdown in the
Yeah.
middle of it, and it's the most ridiculous thing.
right.
Whenever I first heard it, I was just like, "Oh, this is perfect.
it
This
came,
is how it needs to be."
it came out the day we were going to the Bill Murray show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I think we both listened
Are
to
y'all
it on the
talking
way to
about
Bill
the
Murray.
Bill Murray or what?
No,
what
no,
am I
no,
missing
no,
here?
the band,
the
Okay,
Bill
all
Murray.
right, yeah.
Man.
I didn't know there was one.
All right.
It's
Matt, are you making like a Spotify playlist?
Am I?
Producer now, right?
Well, no. Well, I'm ETD, Executive Technical Director.
Executive
He
erectile
could be making a
dysfunctions.
Spotify playlist.
Someone needs
but
to be
he's
making a
not.
Spotify playlist. I'm
No,
just
what I
saying.
want y'all
We'll
to
go
do
back and
is
listen
to
or email it in. Yeah.
Just email
Yeah.
y'all.
'Cause I wanna listen to all this.
because
Yeah.
I'll put them in the show notes as
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah. Plus, there's text of like the entire episode after it gets uploaded.
All right.
okay.
Okay.
trying to give
I
you a
just don't want to
thought.
have
I
to
don't
dig
know. I mean-
through all that and reading the text, but yeah, y'all can email me lists.
Some of us don't know how
Transcript.
to
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
transcript.
read. I mean, but what if
transcript.
you can't
That's
read?
what's-
But I mean, okay, we're not ADA here. Knock Loose. Again,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
love the album. It's not my favorite album they've ever done.
You're the first one to bring this.
But respect for what they're bringing to the genre.
Yeah.
It feels like
Is that on all our lists?
No, I'm
Knock Loose.
I'm
You
not a
didn't put
big
it on
knock
there?
loose
Didn't
guy.
make
It's,
my
it's
top
on
10.
mine.
It's on mine.
It made my top.
But if
It
they're
made
cool,
mine.
I support them, man. Anyone
Yeah.
that's helping the scene and in the metal scene and
it's
the hard rock
chuggy,
and
it still
hardcore.
feels and tastes like them.
Yeah.
But it feels like heavy music is getting this like it's getting tiered up,
yeah.
but it doesn't feel so like manufactured like it has in the past.
Is
when
that
it's tiered up.
is it the Russian dude? Is that the one that's in Knock Loose?
No,
Or
no, no,
who's-
no.
What's the
These are-
Russian guy
That's fucking Slaughter to Prevail.
Yeah, I've seen them
We
on
saw
a
them
couple
too,
of
and they fucking
shows.
sucked.
Yeah, they
Are
weren't
they?
good. They weren't good.
The only
live.
thing
Wow.
that's
Terrible,
that's
bro.
cool is their stage presence, their
With the mask, yeah,
and
I do like the
painting
mask.
themselves
See, but-
silver and stuff. But it's still like,
Like they did
meh.
that, and they took the mask off, and then it was ass.
yeah,
Didn't he
like
Like
Kiss.
Kiss.
also do the fire spitting
Six
stuff
eyes.
too, and
Yeah.
kind of try to do what Greg does? Didn't he try to mess with that? And everybody's like, Greg already did that, man. Like,
I don't know.
I think it was him.
He's just he's a character.
That's what he seems like. He's
He's
like more of
just-
a UFC type
he
guy.
wants,
that
he
would-
wants to be cringy and edgy, like fucking what's his name from Falling in Reverse.
Ronnie Radke.
Ronnie
Ronnie,
Radke.
no, who cares?
Fuck
Ugh.
that
That's on
guy.
Dustin's
No,
list.
that's not mine.
Fuck
No,
All right.
that guy, dude.
So mine, here's another
I
one
tried to
that's
get
probably
back
going to
to
be
those.
on several lists. I only have 2 left.
Which
and,
number is this?
This is my number 2, and it's Blood Incantation, Absolute Elsewhere. That fucking album.
Is that on everybody's list?
That's my number one.
Not on my list.
That's your number
That's
1?
my
That's
number
yeah.
not on your list.
I almost put it on number
It's
1,
literally
but my
not
number
even
one,
close for me. It's
Yeah.
so
Okay.
fucking good.
I flip flop my number 1 then, because I have 2 albums that are 1 and 2 could be
Mm.
flip flop.
If yours is the same as mine, I'm going to laugh because I do not see it coming. No pun intended. Put that away.
My number 6, as we go back down, is Eminem: The Death of Slim Shady.
That was a fun.
It just
record.
entertained
was
the
fun.
shit
I
out
don't
of
think
me.
I even
listened
to
It was funny, and everybody that gets attacked in it, like the entire hit list.
does
It
not
pissed a
give
lot of
fuck.
people off too. Like
It
it was
did.
so controversial and like the
'Cause the
word.
new generation was not
Right.
ready
Well,
for
he
He
wasn't
wasn't
using-
ready for what he is. Yeah.
Did he not use woke words?
No,
He
and
did
then,
not.
and that's what I was like.
No.
You did not listen to
You did
Eminem
not
whenever
listen to
Slim
Slim
Shady
Shady.
first
Yeah.
kicked off, right? So,
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
the whole concept's pretty cool about them going back and forth.
Yeah.
And Slim Shady.
Who's he beefing with the most now? Everyone still?
Nobody,
everybody-
everybody's trying to beef with him because they want to be relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But they're like no one can
Stand up to him.
it.
Yeah.
Well, they
It's
saw what
like-
Well,
happened with
especially his
Machine
mother
Gun
because she's
Kelly.
dead.
Yeah.
MGK
Alright.
now makes pop
Whoa.
punk.
Thanks, Thomas.
Oh, I think he put out a rap CD
Merry
this year.
Christmas, man.
But the whole
Huh?
thing about
I think Machine Gun Kelly put out a hip hop this year. I think.
Oh,
Did he?
why?
really,
He cheated on fucking what's
Megan?
her face, bro? Yeah.
you've seen her thumbs?
I don't care about her thumbs. Her body is crazy
Was it
for
Me-
like
Megan
39.
Fox?
Megan Fox,
Once you
yeah.
see him, you can't not see him. Though is the
Yeah.
problem.
I
That's
don't
see,
want to look at her fucking
She got them toe
thumbs.
thumbs.
Toe thumbs.
Toe thumbs.
They are toe thumbs.
I'm sorry,
Oh
man.
my god.
Maybe
Alright,
they were
what'd you
stepped on
got?
as a child.
6, right?
Yeah.
6. Foreign Hands. I know that's on your list.
It's not on my list.
Really?
Whoa.
But it
you
was a-
wouldn't shut the fuck up
Sleeper.
about that.
It was a
album.
good fucking album,
It
but
was
it's
good.
not. It made honorable mention, but it's not in my
Okay.
top 10.
That's actually surprising.
Number 5, Death and Anthology, Enterprise Earth.
Yep.
yeah.
Enterprise Earth just fucking killed
I
it.
forgot
Yeah,
about
it's
that
a-
album.
Yeah.
They were dope as fuck live.
They
too.
were. That's what set me off on it. Was whenever I
Yeah.
saw them live, I was just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
That show recently happened too, didn't it?
No,
Or
it
was
was So What?
Oh, it was.
Not
Yeah.
this last one, but the
2. Yeah, it was the
2 years.
Yeah, it
ago?
was the
I
one
thought.
when they
Are they
played
coming to town
Exit.
pretty soon? Or no, that's Obituary.
I
isn't
think
it?
they
Uh,
did come recently, but they played what's the small venue attached to Southside? Southside Hall or some
Yeah,
shit
the
like
hall.
that.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
I
it
think
turns
they
out
played
there's-
there.
Oh yeah.
There's 3 or 4 venues there. That
Oh, okay.
there?
yeah, they can divide it up how they want.
Okay.
Is there really?
Because I think
Because I-
Silent Planet played one of them.
I saw
too.
Under Oath there, like I guess 2 months ago, and it was like down the main street, like on the side in a venue I'd never been to before.
On the backside, that's the little
Because there's a little one upstairs
Under Oath
too.
played the
yeah,
small one.
The
Wow.
because they played
Yeah.
So
And they
What in
packed
May.
it out too.
And
'Cause,
again,
when I saw Under Oath when I first moved here, they played the big
well,
room.
they played So What in May, and that
Right.
was
Yeah. Awesome.
hugely packed.
It was incredible.
And so, because I had the same questions, like, why in the little room? Because Future, some rapper was in the big room at Palladium, whatever it's called.
and then they have the attic.
I've seen smaller shows
Smaller shows up
upstairs.
there, 'cause
Gillies.
I've seen.
Gillies.
It's above. They
That's
have Gillies,
Mm.
the bar, and then right above it is the attic or the
I-
porch or the it's something weird, but it's a small room.
But so, like, the Under Oath show ended what we thought was early, and I was like, oh, this must be so, like, the 2 crowds aren't leaving at the same time. Nope. We all walked out together, and so all the hip hop crowds like, who'd y'all come to see? Under Oath? Like, what the fuck is an Under Oath?
Yeah.
And then all the Under Oath fans knew of said rapper also.
Yeah.
But they were all like, what the fuck are all these white people doing?
Where'd y'all
Under
come from?
Oath.
What the hell?
I saw a show once, and it was Elton John played Starplex, and Tool played Fair Park Coliseum, and everybody parked in the same parking lot. It was wild.
Pantera and
Jimmy,
Jimmy
Buffett. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
Pantera at the Coliseum and Jimmy Buffett at Starplex.
That's awesome.
That's wild.
Yeah.
All right, whose
Uh,
turn is it?
I think it's
That'd be yours,
yours.
man.
Yours.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
right?
So
Oh, no.
Did you go?
yeah, Aaron
Oh,
didn't
did
go.
Aaron
go?
I was
Yeah.
thinking we.
Childish Gambino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That-
Donald Glover.
Solid album.
It's
That
good.
that dude. It was.
I listened to
I
it
didn't
once.
dig into it enough to understand the full concept.
Yeah.
And like that first single was real like ragtimey. No, the second one was rock. When it was an emo song. Like,
That was the
Really?
second one. I thought
Yeah.
that was the first one.
Because the first one came out with a music video that was all like ragtimey and about
Oh yeah,
blackface and
yeah.
and people didn't latch on to it. Like I was like, I get what you're saying there, but I did not dive deep enough to understand the concept of the full album. But that second single, I was like, this is like a pop
Yeah.
emo like.
And this,
Dude,
is
this is
last.
good.
This
It's his
it,
last
right?
one.
Is he
That's
still doing
Childish Gambino.
ATL, or is that show long gone?
I
'Cause
think
that show was
ATL
just
good.
ended.
He was
Yeah, it
really
just
good
ended.
in that. Oh, it did just
I
end?
think it just
Yeah,
ended.
he
How many
just had
seasons did it run?
6,
Four.
I
I
thought
thought
it
was-
was 6.
I don't know. I'm
Maybe
really,
it was 5.
I think we're still in
could be
season
wrong.
3.
Atlanta.
We never finish shows. We
Oh,
start
is it called
a lot of
Atlanta?
shows
Atlanta,
and then
yeah.
never finish.
You're
them.
thinking of the movie ATL.
That's right.
True. Yes,
Fire
that
ass
is.
I
it.
movie.
forgot about it. So my this is my last one. This is my album that I probably listened to the most this year as far as new music goes, and it's by Matt Pike, one of my favorites in metal. It's High on Fire, Cometh the Storm.
So
That
that was-
fucking album was
Oh,
so good.
shit.
Is that it?
That's my flip flop. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I guess we were. This is not the
Yeah.
first year we've done this either.
No.
So I have a
That was
question
my
That
flip-flop.
album was so good,
That
man.
album-
Is Higher on
I listened to
Fire
it
and
again today.
Sleep like interchangeable, or
No.
They're two different
Okay.
bands.
2 different bands.
Yeah, but Sleep's awesome too. So
Sleep is. The
yeah.
shit.
Atlanta only has 4 seasons.
Okay, I was tripping. Then.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
that's
what the fuck.
Well, I thought it was
thinking
called
of.
ATL. So.
well, shit. I might as well just give you all my top 5 then, because we've all hit
Top
them.
five. Top five.
okay.
Just blow through them. Because Knock Loose, whoever
Okay, yep.
brought that up to play,
I've got that number 2 for mine.
that was my number
I
5.
guess I'll listen to this Not Loose
You should.
album.
My
It's-
number
it's
4
entertaining.
was what you brought up, Better Lovers. Highly Irresponsible. The only one that no one said yet is my number 3, The Cure, Songs of a Lost World.
Such a good.
Well,
fucking-
he
That's what I
tried to
thought your
say it,
number
and you
one
jumped
was
down
gonna
his
be.
throats.
Huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mentioned it.
brought
and you
I
yelled
kinda-
at me.
I was like, no, hold on. I didn't want you to blow the spoil it, but yeah, that record.
It was awesome.
And they've already finished the next one.
oh fuck yeah.
Yeah,
He's working.
working, getting it done. But that is such a dark,
You working?
and it's pretty ballsy to go 12 minutes before the first words.
Yeah.
The album.
That sounds like the
starts,
Cure I would like.
And there's 12. Like it's ridiculous. I think it's
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 8 minutes
It
of
felt
music,
long,
and then
though.
finally the first word.
It
But
was awesome.
it's so good, and you got to be in a strong headspace to listen to it. I
Yeah.
think you can't just be like, well, this is a bummer day, and you throw it on, you're just like, oh my god, hand me the gun.
Oh,
So
like-
I won't be listening
the
to
downward
it anytime
spiral?
soon.
Yeah, don't listen to it anytime soon.
that
It's,
escalated.
it's
quickly.
dark because it's about death and the end of life and
Which he's-
approaching the end of life.
Which
and
he's
everything. getting
facing.
there. Yeah,
How old is he now?
and his
He's
parents.
in his 60s.
Like a
early
lot of it had to
60s.
do with losing his parents since the last album and everything. But it's pretty crazy. Then number 2, High on Fire, which I can swap. My 1 and 2 is High on Fire and Blood Incantation.
I guess I could just do my
Yeah,
my
yeah,
five
yeah. Just
then.
knock them out.
My number 5 is actually Master Boot Record.
I thought about that.
That
one.
shit was so
that
fucking
shit's
cool.
awesome.
I was not expecting that. This
Yeah.
shit looked so weird, and I listened to it. There was random samples
Did
in
I
there.
sent that over to you? And
Yeah,
was like, look
you
at
were like,
list of this.
check-
This is crazy.
Yeah, and I listened to it for like, I think I was at the airport, and I listened to it like 2 or 3 times. This shit was so fun.
It's
Yeah.
a weird, crazy,
Yeah,
fun
it was-
record.
it was great.
Yeah, that's out of control.
My 4 was Bill Murray. Fucking awesome. It was my most listened to album this year. It just like
It's spelled Bilmuri.
I was about to
pure-
ask someone to spell it for
Yeah.
the
pure
for Mad
serotonin.
Millions.
Like it. Anytime I was in a bad mood, I would throw that on, and I was immediately happy. Also, one of the best shows we went to this year.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean we'll get there eventually. But number 3 is Isan. Obviously, it's fire.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was really
number
good.
2 was actually Upon Stone, which was like my number 1 for most of the year.
Yeah.
It came out in I think January or February, and it just like I kept listening to new albums, and then I would go
I
back to it
forgot
and be
that
like,
was this year.
yeah, it was I think like January or February it came out, and
Yeah.
it held my number 1 spot until Blood Incantation dropped that fucking banger of an album.
That's just the album's insane. Have you
It's-
seen like a lot of the wrap ups for heavy top 10, top 50, top 100 a year? That's in the top 1 or 2 of just about
because
every
it's
list.
so fucking good.
It's crazy good, and it's just to think like we're just some guys from Denver. Just
Yeah, they're
hanging out
fucking
doing stuff."
dorks,
Yeah,
bro.
they're dorks.
They have like pictures of them at the Hobbit hole in
Yeah.
fucking Australia. They're just
Yeah.
huge fucking nerds.
Yeah.
All right, so my I go top four. So it was 4 was a toss up for me. So on the heavy side, the Nothing That Is Fit for an Autopsy.
Yeah.
But Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator
Uh-huh.
was fucking solid, and so toss up a number 4 for me. Number 3, Dark Superstition, Gate Creeper. I'm a big fan of Gate Creeper. I like those heavy bass drops that they do on almost all their songs. That
We-
808 just hitting like that, and the use of that in death metal is fucking phenomenal.
We saw them, and it was weird. That show was very weird of theirs. It wasn't great,
Really?
but they opened
Oh.
for In Flames.
That sucks.
I think the best
It
show
was
that I've
weird.
seen them because we saw them at we saw them over at up in at the
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma in the ball was it Crystal Ballroom?
Mm.
Crystal Ballroom up in Oklahoma City, which is actually a pretty cool venue. It was great there. They were great there, and then we saw them at man, what is that big festival we've been to for that? We just talked about it.
So what?
Yeah, so what? Yeah,
When the fuck did they play So What?
we sat on the floor and listened to them.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, our backs were so done.
Yeah.
Like we were inside the building. It was like, oh, the concrete's cold and our backs hurt. So
Yeah.
There you go.
yeah. So number 3 was them. Number 2 was You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to, Knocked Loose, and number 1 was American Motorsports, Bill Murray.
Such a good fucking album. Dude.
See, I need to go listen to this now.
should,
I need
dude.
to go
It's
check it
so
out.
much fun.
It's just feel
Bill
good.
Murray, yeah.
It's truly feel good music, and watch his social media.
He's so fucking.
His social
funny.
media is fantastic. His TikToks are great, and he actually talks about how he's like they spent tons of money to make videos and they don't do well, and then he posts some just bullshit of him mowing the yard,
And it shoots to the roof.
and it's just like he's mowing the yard with his music going, and he's like looking at the camera singing, and it just goes viral.
Goes crazy.
And I mean,
yeah.
you crank your hog to it.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
All right.
Yeah.
Hog cranking music.
It's hog cranking.
Do you
All right,
remember?
Aaron.
You remember the band Attack Attack?
Yeah.
So it's the original clean vocalist and guitar player for that
Oh,
band.
really? That's who
Yeah,
it is?
yeah.
Oh,
Who also
okay.
put out a new album this year.
Attack Attack Kid. Yeah.
Attack.
It was weird.
So
They're weird.
Yeah.
They always were.
Like, they've always been weird.
Best song on the Snatch soundtrack too.
So what's left on my list? Denzel Curry, The King of the Mischievous South, Volume 2,
was good.
was really really good.
Yeah.
And my top album of the year, that probably the most recent release, would be GNX by Kendrick Lamar, just because I spent so much of the summer just going back and forth,
Yeah.
making playlists, listening to the Dissect podcast, which that guy's got a huge heart on for Kendrick, but he breaks everything down like you're watching like a lecture on like some famous book.
Is that
He-
the side you're falling on? Are you on the Kendrick side?
Oh, I was always Kendrick over Drake. I never liked Drake hardly at
I'm
all.
not a fan of Drake.
Not either.
Me neither.
But GNX is just, it feels new and timeless, and just like what he wants to do, right? And just give love to the West Coast. Because Kendrick's Mexican. I mean, he's Mexican. And it starts off with like a ranchera singer. And I was like, holy crap.
yeah,
Like,
he met her at a Dodger game.
yeah, like she sang the
Yeah.
national anthem for like
Yeah.
one of the
Oh,
World
damn.
Series games, and he was
Yeah.
like, I want her. And I was just like, good grief. Like, I always knew that you were like down con la raza, but like, you're down con la raza, dude. So
I don't know what that means.
he's down with the, race.
family
the
and
race,
the
bro.
race.
He's
Down
down with
with
the
the
Mexican race. And then, not from 2024, but I found it in 24 because it came out in late 23. Koyo,
Oh yeah.
I've heard of them.
because they
great.
did a song with Daryl Palumbo from Glassjaw,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This what? Like what?" And
They were
I-
just on tour with Story So Far too.
see, I would have gone.
In
Like,
the
it
Better
was
Lover
at
show
Tulips.
with Glassjaw
The one
Right?
in spring is yes.
in spring.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
wanna see
What
that
venue is that
shit.
at?
Southside
Stu?
Ball.
What was that Factory?
Is it Factory?
It might be Southside. I thought it was Factory though.
Might try and go to that.
Maybe
It's a
Factory.
stacked fucking show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a
yeah.
good
I know
show.
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's Kendrick for me above all.
Cool, man.
Well, I like it. We put together a local band list as far as the podcast goes, and y'all hit a bunch of these in yours, but we don't put them in any order. But I just want to throw the shout out to them, like Trauma Ray, Chameleon, freaking great.
I love that album so much.
Like Aaron said, the Kubla Khan, Texas exhibition of prowess is insane. Our buddies Van Dam, Poverty, Death, and Destruction, great record. Our Other Buddies Me Motor Scooter put out Daydreamer. Our other buddy Henry the Archer, The Garden. The Cutthroat Finches, Unraveled. And then Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensation, 12 Monkeys, The Broken Clock. Just put that out, last week? But yeah, there were some good local releases. There's a ton I'm missing because I think
Yeah, I got a
Denver
few.
put stuff out. What do you have?
Slow Joy had an EP that came out. We got to see them at So What.
Very good.
Incredible.
Very
Um,
shoegazy.
I forgot.
If we're counting San
Midwest
An-
for someone.
If we're counting San Antonio, then Life Cycles dropped their EP.
Oh yeah.
We got
I'll
to,
let you.
they're
One
fucking
of us
awesome.
hates San Antonio.
It's fair.
I don't care for San Antonio itself either, but
It's just turned into a dump in the last 5 years, in my feel. So.
Gagging Order dropped an EP. They changed their style.
me
They
on,
were
Mr.
like very
Deadman.
punk style of hardcore. Now they're like, it's like breakdowns and
Yeah,
heavy
it's-
as shit, and it's so much fun.
Breakdowns are so fun.
Balmora and Since My Beloved had that split that came out earlier in the summer, I think. R.I.P. Since My Beloved, they're breaking up, which sucks, especially after dropping that split. And then Deep Cover, Ty from
Oh, I forgot about Deep Cover.
yeah.
Yeah, Deep Cover.
Ty
from Ozone, yeah.
from Ozone, his band that
Yeah.
he fronts.
Deep Cover's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. All right. So the other.
and Leon, I guess if you count that.
I'm
I mean, he's big, but
And
he's
Charlie's.
Fort Worth, right?
kind of shocked that like he didn't make anyone's list, and I was telling my wife on my way here, and I was like, "Have you listened to that album?"
I haven't listened
I
to
have.
it.
And she's
I
like,
have. I don't like it.
and she goes, "I forgot it came out." I was like, "I have two."
It was good.
Same.
It wasn't.
I'm
it
not a
didn't
fan
blow
of it.
my
Yeah.
socks
He
off.
brought
but I enjoyed
Abraham
listening.
Alexander up at ACL.
Good.
Just said.
Oh, that's good.
Well, and at the show here.
Yeah.
And the other side of it is live shows. Your favorite live shows.
Man,
You have them in the,
I don't have an order.
I wrote them down.
Dude, I didn't.
I
have
actually
one,
have
though.
an order, but
I do
you
too.
know,
Oh, I don't know if I have an order, but I have like I wrote down 7 of them that are memorable.
And like all, I mean, it's gonna be the
They're
same. 'cause
most
we
of the
were-
same
Yeah, we're-
ones.
we're
That's kind of what
close.
me and Dustin
We're
did,
close,
so.
but I went to a few more that he wasn't allowed to. They wouldn't let him in the venue
Yeah.
because he has to stay 500 feet away.
He's barred from it.
Yeah, we can't let you at Starplex anymore.
Ozone at Not So Fun.
Yeah.
That was insane. Tiny room.
Yeah.
I was literally pushed up
Dude,
against the back
not,
wall.
not so fun in general was
Yeah,
probably one
'cause
of like the top ones.
one of my other ones was Twitching Tongue.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the first time I got to see Twitching Tongue.
I haven't seen them.
Dude.
I'd love to.
And you're not going to get to see him for years because they're
They-
going to stop touring for a while.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Hard Lore is a huge podcast now, and I'm hoping that means that God's Hate will start releasing shit again. Hopefully, but we'll see. Bill Murray at Tannehill's was unbelievable. He
That-
fucked up his cowboy hat.
Yeah, brand new cowboy hat, and
Just destroyed.
had a dude come over the top of me and just
Crush
I mean,
it.
yeah, crushed it. It was fun though.
Yeah, worth it.
I guess
yeah.
your hat didn't think it was fun.
No.
Sometimes you gotta.
I got I got to tune back up. It's good.
Yeah, okay, good.
It's good to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta sacrifice good things.
Mall at Texas Death Fest was incredible. I spent like $100 at their merch table too.
That was here, right?
Yeah, it was at
Hawthorne?
Tulips.
All right, Tulips. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the one?
Did y'all
the
find
big
that
festival
merch
they had
went
at
through the
Hawthorne?
roof lately? I guess they have to because
Yeah.
they got to make money. But good gosh, $60 for T-shirts these days. You're like, what?
Yeah.
What was the show that was a bargain?
That's how much
We
it
were
was.
just
It was
this
looking
the
weekend.
at the
Ridiculous
yeah,
last
that
year.
last the Better Lovers was
The
pretty
Better Lovers
was
was
all
the
right.
bargain.
And then also, I don't think they were charging as much as they could for those King Diamond shirts either.
Yeah, King
so,
Diamond was pretty cheap too.
Yeah,
All right.
And the Under Oath at So What Power Trip at the factory was unreal.
Pissed about that show.
It was so fucking dope.
Couldn't go. Wasn't here. I was pissed.
They
And
had
then-
they had their wall of cabs up. I mean, it was
It was fucking insane. I didn't know what to expect because I never got to see him.
Yeah.
Obviously, not being from here, and it exceeded
out
my
of control.
expectations.
It didn't
was fucking-
disappoint. I mean, it was very like it was a good homage to.
Have y'all gone to any of the
Riley Gale.
Wrecking Ball shows that Frozen Soul puts together over?
Oh, no, I haven't.
No, we got to see
Yeah.
Frozen
We,
Soul.
yeah, we
It's
saw
the-
Frozen Soul.
Well, that
They're-
was with Power Trip.
cat
They
from
get
the cat
crazy.
from Creeping Death's doing vocals now. Is that who's doing vocals for,
Power
Trip?
It's Fugitive. The lead
Okay.
singer
Fugitive guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of his name right now.
I can't either.
Shit. Yeah. Anyway.
My last one was Deep Cover. We saw him at that little church over there,
Yeah.
kind of by Magnolia.
The South Preservation
the
Hall.
Preservation
Preservation Hall.
Yeah.
Deep Cover was awesome.
Did you get to go see anything this past year?
Festivals.
Even though you're busy.
So we went to So What because that was May. So my life was falling apart for different reasons back then. But I've seen Under Oath more times than I can count. They've been one of my favorite bands since I had a full head of hair. And that was the best set list I think I've ever seen them do. The
It was
one at
a
South
great
West.
set list.
Now it was perfect, and because this year's been such a shitty year for me, even before my kid got sick. But I got to see my favorite band 10 minutes from my house with the backdrop of the Fort Worth skyline
Yeah.
while they're playing literally all of my favorite songs, and I got to go for free. Like it was badass.
That's cool.
I saw Under
Yeah.
Oath 3 times this year because I went to Furnace Fest, so I saw him at Furnace Fest.
Yeah.
And then I saw him in Dallas. And the Furnace Fest set was really, really good. It was essentially the set from this past
Yeah.
tour. But they did When the Sun Still Sleeps, which they hadn't done in 4 years since the last Furnace Fest. And then, of course, they're like, look, I'm going to stop saying this last time we're playing the song because I say that, and then
Then they
we end
keep
up playing the
it.
song again. So we think this is the last time we're going to play the song since that was supposed to be the last Furnace Fest. And so they played it again, and it killed. Spencer said afterwards, he let everyone on stage. Like there was no barricades, and they let everyone on stage. He goes, if you can get up here, get up here. And
Sounds
afterwards,
like a good old Dillinger show.
he was like, I was scared. He goes, for the first time in a long time on a show, I got scared. Same at Furnace Fest. So Better Lovers was phenomenal. I think is it Drug Church? Drug Church just played Tulips, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did.
yeah.
So-
They did. Yeah.
Drug Church at Furnace was really cool because they played
Such a great name.
They're
either
so good,
Drug
too.
Church.
they played either after Mind Force. They played after Mind Force.
Oh my god, I love Mind Force.
And so the pit and everyone's diving, and then Drug Church comes and he goes, everyone scoot in. He's like, there's no pit. I don't want to see a pit. Everyone scoot in.
yeah, he does
Stage
that.
dive after stage dive. He goes, I want to see you carry that motherfucker out of the fucking tent. Get him out. And they start, and sure enough, it's just this wave of people
Yep.
just coming at you. And apparently he just hates like mosh pits. He
Yeah,
loves stage dives.
He said that when we went and
Yeah.
saw, because they opened for, was it Drain or was it Show Me the Body?
No, it was Drain.
Was it
Yeah,
Drain?
it was
so we
Drain.
went to the Drain show at Studio at the factory, and
Almost called the
the
band
same
Drain.
fucking thing.
Like that
Same
was
thing. He just like, get up here.
So badass to see.
Yeah.
And then seeing Better Lovers do the fire spit was like, that's wild.
I got a fire spit story coming up.
Same
Take
with
it away.
Furnace
Yeah.
Fest. Norma Jean at Furnace Fest.
Oh my god, Norma Jean at So What? was
Norma
so
Jean at So What was
good.
my
It
that
was,
was number
better
one.
at Furnace because 68
Uh-huh.
was the first band of the day.
Ah,
And so they closed out with Memphis Will Be Laid to Waste.
Yeah.
And Josh Goggin. I knew it was going to happen because he's here. He's
Sure.
here.
Yeah,
And
they always do that.
They're in Alabama. The guitarists are in Atlanta. Like they're going to come. And
Yeah.
sure enough, they let it ring out. And here comes original Norma Jean on the stage.
oh,
And they do
man.
Memphis Will Be Laid to Waste. And I was like, I physically can't enjoy this moment because I like compressed all emotions. I was like, but I appreciate what I'm watching right now. And one day I'm going to look back and be like, that was so dope because that was awesome.
I got to see that one time too. It was 68. It was like one of their first tours, and they toured with Norma Jean.
Yeah,
And it was like Norma Jean's like
Was it like 2012?
No, it was probably around 2016 ish, and it was in a small room. I was living in Washington, so this was a tiny room, Seattle, like probably around the same size as Tulips. And Josh came on stage for them to finish with that, and it was just it's bonkers.
Were you there all 3 days?
Yeah.
This lineup's ridiculous.
The lineup was.
I
insane
wanted to
this
go
year.
so
It's
bad.
so
Yeah, we
fucking
definitely
You guys
bonkers.
remember when Norma Jean played Lola's?
Yeah, I was there. I remember when they played. What was that place on the west side? Not
The Rail Club.
Tomcats, the Rail Club.
The Rail Club.
Which
yeah.
is back
So-
open right now.
It's still there, yeah.
I think the first time I saw my Rail Club, I was still young and ignorant. I was like, I don't need hearing aids, and I couldn't hear out of my right ear for like a week afterwards. And I was like,
Earplugs,
I
dude.
finally did it.
and
I
that's the-
finally lost my hearing.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the Norma Jean shows are just, I mean,
Loud.
yes.
So loud.
Was it
Bane,
them and No Sleeper over at the rail that time, I think?
Good
that
Lord.
time it was.
I'm
Oh
so
Sleeper
mad I
didn't
missed
play.
that
It
Oh
was-
Sleeper show.
They were playing with Spencer's old band
Which
before
one?
Under Oath got back together.
Sleepwave.
Sleepwave.
Sleep.
They're playing with Sleepwave.
I got
And
to see
on
that.
that show, Spencer came out and did Memphis with them.
Nice.
Like that was really cool.
That's fucking sweet.
Worth losing half the hearing in my right ear. I saw Bane for the first time at Furnace Fest.
So jealous.
North Texas
Yes.
hardcore has always been real
Drew
gaming to
Larkins.
me. So like if you're not like if you don't fit the aesthetic of a hardcore kid, like you're a poser, fuck you.
Yeah.
I got punched a lot of times because I didn't look cool enough to be at hardcore shows. So I always and it was always by a guy in a Bane shirt. Just like in middle school, I hated Pantera because Pantera guys beat me up all the time. But I was like, I'm going to watch Bane, and I watched him. I was like, this was amazing. And because I'm still so like programmed in the North Texas hardcore gatekeeping scene, I had to text my friends, and I was like, am I allowed to buy a Bane shirt? Where I was like, Aaron, you're 40 years old.
You can do whatever
can
you
do
want.
whatever the fuck you
You
want.
can- yeah.
Was it $60?
It was 35.
That's a reasonable price.
It was
There
very
you go.
reasonable price.
Yeah.
I accept that.
It's better than
purchase.
60.
I feel like the North Texas
I approve
hardcore
it.
scene is a lot.
It's
better
definitely
Pretty
better
thick.
now.
They've
Yeah.
grown up.
It's yes,
Yeah.
it's very
But-
much a.
I love these
25 years.
post-hardcore band
I just
names
moved
too.
here. Well, not just, but I've been here for like 3
Yeah,
years now.
yeah.
they were super welcoming.
Yeah,
But
but when
back-
we were
this
in
is
high school, when
Back
we were
in the day,
kids,
yeah.
it was bad.
I could see that.
Unless you like roll in a weird shirt, they'll give you hell.
And then if you had the straight edge kids, oh man, it was game over.
Straight edge kids are still fucking weird.
Fugazi.
What were they- what
At
was
least the
crew
straight
in
edge
Arlington
bands
I
College?
don't
here are
trust
good.
anyone that's straight edge.
Fuck
The
Fugazi.
Dirty 30. Remember the Dirty 30?
Dirty 30?
It was a
Oh.
straight edge crew, hardcore kids out of Arlington.
Yeah.
Oh,
And those were the
Oh.
ones that were like gatekeepers, and they were going to beat
Yeah.
the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Rise Against is a
Who did the?
Straight edge
Who are
band.
the guys that did the Denny's video?
I
Live
can't
Without.
remember.
Live Without.
Live
baby.
Without, but
Live
they're still
Without.
touring.
They
Yeah.
opened
They're good.
for fucking Blink.
Yeah.
It was so dope.
Yeah.
They're-
Yeah.
they're
And he
good, dude.
ended with the
Oh,
what
yeah.
the fuck is
They-
up?
Yeah.
What the fuck is up?
I love
So
that.
Fucking awesome.
The,
That's the guy that has the perfect form headbang that I've ever seen in that that Denny's video. He goes,
Yeah.
like it's just perfect,
Yeah.
perfectly
Bane
synchronized.
was badass. Mind Force was
They're
Mind
so
phenomenal.
Force.
And, like,
sick.
I didn't know anything about Mind Force. I was just told like you've got to
They're
check them out.
so fucking New York.
And they're
It's
these
crazy.
like New York kids, and they come out and like the hip hop influence runs deep
Yeah.
in these white hardcore kids. And the whole time he's like, "This show is so professional. It's so fucking professional. If I ask for a towel right now, oh my god, is that my towel? Because they brought me a fucking towel. 'Cause they're used to playing like VFW hall
Yeah, yeah,
still.
Yeah.
Like that was badass.
Is Jesus Piece still a
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
those guys. They're from New York,
cool.
aren't they?
So
Philadelphia.
Furnace Fest is coming
Oh,
back.
Philadelphia.
yeah.
Is
So
it?
it was supposed to be over last year, and then they
They're gonna
announced
do it
they're
at 2025.
doing it. So I'm
Oh.
still waiting on
Well,
pre-sale tickets.
looks like
Furnace Fest is coming back, so we're gonna.
Sounds
let
like I'm
them-
going to
okay.
Alabama.
I think Zimmer.
It's gonna be a
Not
Two
so
of
fun.
I got the
Let's
hookup.
go.
Do you
for
want
a
to go to
place.
Austin for Not So Fun?
Dude,
I might have to do
yeah,
it
maybe.
because it doesn't sound like they're gonna do a fucking DFW show.
No, he's not going to do one for a while. I think Mike Zimmer. It's not announced. This is just my speculation as to why he's out of Furnace Fest, and he says he's done putting on festivals for the most part. I think because when he did his goodbye to Furnace Fest and everyone, he thanked everybody. He thanked Kevin Lyman, who was the guy that ran Warped Tour.
Yeah, and then they're doing a fake ass Warp Tour.
I think he got hired to book Warped Tour, the 2 or 3 stop Warped Tour, and he can't do another festival like big one like that. Is why I think he was out of Furnace Fest. So the original Furnace Fest guys, now that they learned what they're doing from the
Right.
younger kid, they're gonna try and do it this year without him.
I didn't know Mike Zimmer, the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, had a band.
He's
man.
a man
That's freaking
of-
awesome, man.
Many talents. He knows a lot of hardcore bands apparently.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna run through mine real quick and get it out of the way.
Yeah, I've got
'cause-
4 for me.
All right,
Or-
yeah, let's run through this because we got a game to play.
Yeah, and so mine's pretty vanilla badassness, and I'll start number 10 was Lynn Tillman at the Factory in Dallas. That was a freaking amazing show, and I love
thought
him.
you were gonna say Lynn like that one hit wonder from the '90s. Steal my
Oh,
sunshine.
Lit.
Oh,
My
yeah,
worst
yeah, there you
enemy.
go. Yeah, lit.
Steal my sunshine. If you steal my
Oh yeah,
sunshine.
Len. Len. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought you were saying. I was like, stop.
No. Then we I got to see Iron Maiden and
my
the
God.
Who, and that was at Dickies. And I don't know if
I'm
these guys are going to be
so
touring much anymore. Like they keep losing members, and they're one of those bands that's getting old. Bruce is. I don't know if he'll ever get old because he was running around like a madman. Actually, all of them were. It was a really fun night of music. And the Who I'd never seen, which is a Mongolian
Mhm.
metal band, which
They're
is
fucking sweet.
HU.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey.
Oh, it wasn't? I thought it
I was saying that
man.
for the disclaimer.
All right.
Yeah.
They still did Pinball Wizard, but they did it.
Yeah.
A lot of throats.
They still plays a mean pinball.
They should cover
I
that.
would
That would be
love
hilarious.
that, dude.
So Crosses was an awesome show.
Sure,
That was
Blades
at
Bean.
the where did we see them? Was that at I forgot the venue. It was
Deep
House of
Ellum
Blues,
Live.
wasn't it? Oh, it was Deep Ellum Live?
Or no, House of Blues. Sorry.
All right. And then
I just got sidetracked.
one show I caught out in Anaheim was King's X. And, oh, do you want
Always
me to stop?
badass.
You
One
want
of
me
my
to stop?
absolute favorites.
No,
Oh.
I couldn't. I could put the right emoji in this freaking text message I got. It was really good.
Yeah, the NAMM conference is pretty cool no matter what, and I've got some
So
friends
ready
that we
for
love
this
to go
year.
to, and King's X played at the convention center, and it was cool because they were just you could tell they were in front of their peers and their friends and stuff, and they just it
Did
didn't-
Doug get angry?
I
No,
opened for
there was
King's
no
X
angry
once.
Doug.
you did
They were,
at Trees,
remember the Asylum?
Yeah,
the Asylum.
I
So
remember the Asylum.
my old band ages ago, we opened up for King's X.
Yeah.
They were
For sure.
not dicks to us.
Oh, they seemed
They were like
totally
super-
cool.
Yeah,
like
I met them backstage. They're all cool.
Like the green room was like rotisserie chicken, and
Yeah.
so they were like they saw and they looked at us like,
hey guys.
y'all can have that.
Yeah, they're all clean and vegetarian and everything.
And so
yeah.
we're like,
yeah,
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Sweet.
or at least Doug Pinnick is. I don't know
So-
about the others.
Dustin and I went to a Tool show at AAC, and Tool kind of, I thought, melded in
This
a
wasn't
little
their
bit.
best show.
But Elder, I got to see live, and Elder, I got opened
Elder's
up to their
rad.
freaking discography after that because I was obsessed with them. And that is such a good band. They're such a good band, and I look forward to seeing more out of them. Then Pussifer did Maynard's Sesanta tour, and they had the Perfect Circle and Primus.
Right.
And then after
Such a fun concert.
that was,
was
a
a cool
very fun
show.
concert. That was at the Pavilion, which I love that venue. I think that's one of the best venues to catch a big national act that comes through that's hardcore or metal or anything because they do it right there and it's good. It's good. It's good. Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie was a really good show that I saw at Dickey's. I'd
Alice-
never seen Alice Cooper before live.
I
ever.
wanted to go to that.
and he
He's
was so
pretty
they were
solid,
so
man.
good, dude.
I saw
They-
them. He
It's
opened
always
for
great.
Misfits, I think, last year.
Yeah,
hasn't
at that last year show.
He
Yeah,
was pretty solid. It was fun.
It
It's
is
all the
fun. It's a
same
fun
stage
show. It's
set
a
up,
fun
it's
show.
all, you
yeah,
know,
it's great.
getting decapitated. And
That's why I
playing with
love
snakes
Maiden.
and-
Is
yeah.
the
Yeah.
fucking?
Yeah.
It's Maiden. I've seen I think 3 times, and it's still the greatest show
Yeah.
I've ever
So
seen
great.
in
Yeah.
my entire life.
Yeah, and it was cool that they came to Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And he screwed up and said Dallas and came back and
Oh,
corrected
shit
himself
happens
and
all
said,
the
time.
"Sorry,
Good.
guys." And
I
so
mean,
it was
that
cool
worked
that he
for
did that, Bruce Dickens.
Yeah.
And then this was a really good metal show, and it was the Lamb of God, Mastodon, Ashes of the Leviathan. That was a great
I
show.
wanted to go to that
Those are
so
two
bad.
of some of the
Talked about
most.
going on that.
Those are two possibly of in my top 10 metal albums ever. Both of those, and then King Diamond at they toured the Saint Lucifer's Hospital 1920 tour with
So
Overkill
good.
and Night Demon.
It
It was
so
loud. It was
over the
good.
top good, and everything sounded so fucking good that night. Like
Yeah.
that's the best sounding show I've seen in probably 5 years.
It doesn't hurt that
Oh,
we're
it's
friends
so
with the
good.
drummer
Yeah.
either.
I
So
wish I could get into them, man.
I like
Oh,
Kingdom.
man,
I
you
like
just
the,
got- you need
I
to
like
go
the
see 'em
music
live.
really bad. I love
I
the
c-
music. I just can't get behind his voice.
I
it's the
can't
live
listen-
show because I'm not a falsetto guy either.
Yeah,
But
it
man,
just-
it's
The
the live
show
is
was
so good.
great. Like I
Yeah.
can't listen to the records either because they get.
It
It's
just
kind
gets
of like nails. You're
repetitive.
like, oh my god, I can't do this.
Right.
But yeah, seeing it live, I was just
Yeah.
like,
The
this is
theatrics and
fucking
stuff.
Awesome. This is so cool.
That's what was cool. I saw a lot of theatrical metal bands this year, and it was
Yeah.
fun watching them live. And I got to see probably my idol, Mike
Oh,
Patton,
3. Okay.
and do Mr. Bungle at the House of Blues, and that is one of the greatest rock shows I've ever seen live. That I couldn't believe how tight they are, how winded I would be, and I'm younger than them. Like most kids would be winded with some of the stuff that Mike Patton does, and then Slayer's drummer,
Dave Lombardo.
Dave
Dave
Lombardo,
Lombardo.
And then
like
Scotty.
all
and,
of Scott Ian, and
Yeah.
and just how talented. When you see a band up close like that, and they're made of rock stars,
Yeah.
you get to see why they are rock stars and how professional and badass and how they make it look so easy. And I think my ears are still ringing from that show. But by far, that was the best 2024 rock show that I went to. Was Mr. Bungle at House of Police.
Scott
Awesome.
Ian goes fucking
I was
crazy
gonna-
live,
man.
I was
too.
gonna bring that. I was gonna ask because I wanted to go to Mr. Bungle, and I nearly did,
It was
and I didn't know
so
if
fucking
y'all
good.
got to or not.
Oh
but
yeah, man.
It was so fucking good. And we were all, it was like, I don't know how many of us, there were all 10 of us, 15 of us all sitting together
Yeah.
and just all like, it was like we were at
An
a high school
alumni of
assembly.
yeah,
All of us just palling around and being like, oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, oh my God. And jumping around.
Yeah,
seats
geeking
and
out like
moving
we're little
around and geeking
girls.
around. It was like a,
I think Marlon took
Yeah.
up a whole row himself and just made sure no one bothered him
Whoa.
the whole
Yeah,
time and
like
just
he just-
watched it.
he
Oh.
was
It's like,
like,
don't bother me.
I'm
watching.
buying,
I'm watching
I'm buying this
Mr. Bungle.
entire row so no one could bother
I thought
me.
that was
Yeah.
another. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
You want to
about-
be offensive? Go for
About
it.
Marlon, no, I wasn't gonna say anything.
What do
else.
you got?
Okay, so I only have 4 this year. So I'll start. Number 4, Temporal Distortions at the Haltom Theater.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was my
Missed that.
good friend Ben Rhodes, who's probably one of the bar none best drummers I've ever played with and ever heard in my life.
Ah,
It was his first
What?
show with them. And see, number 3, Thumpasaurus at the Deep Elm Art Company. I saw him about 14 months prior at the same location, and Phantomella opened up for them. That was badass. And then the Dorfort Halloween Showcase, where my puppet alter ego Skip got to MC the night. That was a lot of fun. And
it
then
was really good too, Thomas. It was really good, man.
You did a really good
Yeah.
job.
Oh,
on that.
thank
really
you.
It was
enjoyed
really
that.
good.
he's going to be a guest on Fort Worth Roots tomorrow morning. Anyway, and
Mentioned
then
that
number
earlier.
1, which this may be on your list too, Dustin, Dillinger Escape Plan,
You
25th
motherfucker.
anniversary of their first album in Brooklyn, New York.
Well, now I got to delete my number 1. Son of a bitch.
I think
Yeah.
we all knew that was coming though.
No, my number 1, I have that's got to be number 1 just because of the trip, Car Bomb, Candy, Callous Doll Boys, and then
Oh, I
Dillinger Escape
Fuck
Plan.
Candy, man. They sucked.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Was
Jeez,
Car
I
Bomb
was
was Car Bomb awesome?
Car Bomb,
Car Bomb was
I
awesome.
love that
fucking
band,
dude.
perfect. Like it was just so
Oh,
good.
yeah, they
and I was
gotta
like,
be.
come on.
Is there an Irish
But-
version?
The
Nice.
standing in the middle of the Paramount Theater, which is gorgeous. Like this venue
It's in Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, is the most beautiful venue I've ever seen. I can show you pictures after the show.
Puts originally to
But-
shame.
Darren, 33% burnt at the end of it, coming out with a torch and blowing
Yes.
fire, thinking like, "Oh, we're about to great white this place, huh? We're about to go down."
The
Shit.
ceilings were
Shit.
too high for that to happen.
They were too high, but it was so out of control. And
It
that was your
was.
first time seeing Dillinger, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
It was.
you the
With
whole
Dimitri,
time,
Yeah.
like I didn't have defenses up because I know you're gonna get beat up. You're gonna
Nah,
get
you're gonna
punched.
take a- you're gonna take a
you're
hit.
gonna take a hit here or there. But like just watching you and Jeremy being all
Actually, I didn't have to do
Like,
that much of that.
You didn't have to.
I had a
but
girlfriend that got
you're
hit by a
watching
trash
around.
can once at a Dillinger show.
She probably deserved it.
I love it whenever trash cans come flying,
Oh,
man. It's
yeah.
always
Bro,
a,
the first
Oh,
time I
yeah.
saw Maiden, there was like 4 trash cans that got lit on fire.
Really?
It was
we were at
awesome.
when we saw Jesus Piece, man. It was
Oh,
just like the
yeah.
whole room just exploded. It was
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal.
All right, so here's my quick rundown. All but 3 of these I shot, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's just you get to see these badass bands just lucking out, going and shooting them. But Better Lovers, Spy Cloakroom is at the bottom of my list. It wasn't perfect. Spy was great, but I want a full-on Better Lovers Insanity show where you're not
Yeah.
playing the recorded tracks. It was a cool thing. You know, it was an experience, kind of like we've talked about the Summer Sanitarium with James Hetfield couldn't play. But, I mean, I want to see the full-blown, and I wanted to see Greg climb all over everything. They had stuff marked off for him
Right.
not to hit his head on, or like if he goes climbing in the rafters, watch out for this. They had green taped it all off for him.
I got a picture of it somewhere on my phone too.
I do too. It was awesome. Mastodon, Lamb of God, King Carrie, or Carrie King, and then Crosses. You already talked about that. Now here's the surprise one: Living Color and Extreme.
Yeah,
Oh, how was
We
that?
I
were this
heard
close
that
to seeing
show.
them in New York.
I know, yeah.
I cheesed
They
out
sold
that
out
night.
the night we arrived.
I would love to see Extreme. Both
It
of them,
was
actually. I mean,
fucking
I would
Living
kill to see
Color.
Living Color.
Living
Yeah.
Color
I
was-
don't know about
was
extreme.
dead on. Extreme was awesome.
You told me that.
Yeah.
You're like you would have loved it.
Yeah, like so a whole bunch of the guys from Spectacle, we all met up there and everything. We're just hanging out. We're like, this is great. This is freaking awesome. We were just geeking out.
Did they play
It was
it?
a great show. What, More Than Words?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, they did. I got video.
Did they
of
do
it.
the
Would you like to see
extended
it?
version?
No, I just recorded. I don't know.
Did you pull your pants down?
Maybe.
Do you have them down
I
now?
think I helicoptered during More Than Words.
That
Just-
boy.
More Than Words. Speed up! I can't keep this going. Then you said it, the Sansetta.
Yeah, Sunset Up.
Pussifer Primus, all that.
The,
That
the,
was
the
cool.
best part of that show was whenever they
Perfect
had
Circle.
all the drummers up.
Yeah.
Oh man! And then so Jessie, my girlfriend, was with me, and she does not like Primus. She was just like, "This is not for me."
Yeah.
Liked
I
everything
love
else, but I was
Primus
just
so
like sitting there, just like,
fucking
"Oh
much.
man,
Les
they're up there.
Claypool's a
Oh,
god.
they're
Yeah.
playing Wynonna's Big Brown Beaver. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm just
Yeah.
like flipping out over
Yeah.
this."
Herb
and
just
she's
left for the
like,
second time.
I love
The
just
drummer.
watching Les as he's playing.
Yeah.
His
Just the
little
fucking
dances,
hell
and he
yes.
spins
fucking
around,
adventure,
and he's
bro.
got that groove
Yeah.
going. It's just fun to watch.
And then at the very end, when everybody came on stage, played together.
dude,
That
it was
was
so
Yeah.
good.
rad,
It was so
the
good.
last few songs. And then another surprising show for me was Rancid, Smashing Pumpkins, and Green Day at Globe Live.
I feel
Rancid
like
was fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah,
It was
Smashing
so great.
Pumpkins. That's a
Yeah.
weird like to put them. I feel with
Did he
them.
sing in key
Yeah,
this
Who,
time? Was-
Rancid or
no,
Smashing Pumpkins?
Smashing Pumpkins, or was he pissed?
Billy.
No, this was the best Smashing Pumpkins set I've probably seen, but I don't even know who's the fuck is on stage anymore. I don't know who's up
Hard
there.
Guns, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't understand.
it's-
I don't know who
it's
it is.
Billy Corgan. That's
It's
it.
him and Jimmy Chamberlain. That's it, right?
Did you
I
see
think
him
so.
whenever
Everybody else is-
whenever he was on tour
And
with
James.
He was on tour with
Ahia.
Manson a few years ago, probably pre-COVID. They played at
I didn't see that.
they played at Starplex. It sounded as if I was listening to the album. Like, I mean, the sound was fucking great.
But he was terrible.
What? No, I mean he was good. But what pissed me off was like, they had their new album and they're like, we're gonna play a few of our big things, and then it was just like nothing but new stuff. And I'm like, I get it,
We
but
didn't pay for this.
I'm not here for your new stuff. I want to hear shit from Siamese Dream. I want to
Yeah.
hear shit from Glitch
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I want to hear all that, but yeah,
And Green Day was just great. Came out swinging. It
It's a
was
30-year anniversary of their Dookie.
Dookie.
release.
So the whole
He
stage
beats
was
me
Dookie,
down.
And he was
that's
playing
what
his
they
old
did sign out.
BJ guitar.
And
yeah.
I'm right there with you.
That guy beats me down.
All of
man.
them beat me
Always
down,
has.
but being there and
Yeah,
the entire
yeah.
crowd going crazy and just being right there by the stage and seeing everything that they had, and like live, they're now an 8-piece band or some shit. Like they have so many people
That's
playing
wild.
with them, backing them up on stuff. But it was cool. It was
Yeah, I
great.
remember Lollapalooza when it was just straight up three of them.
Three of
and
them.
it was so good back then.
And he gave me a piggyback ride.
He did.
Billy
Yep.
Joe when he jumped out in the crowd. Yeah.
Did you have your pants on?
Fucking
Nope, I didn't.
awesome.
Yeah. And they opened or were second, and hardly
Yeah,
anybody
they
was
were-
there. So he was running around
Yeah.
the crowd and ran right up and was like, "Come on!" As
They
he's playing
were.
guitar, he's like, "Come on, hop!" And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Hop on my back." So
They
I hopped
played
on his
Eye of the
back, and he
Tiger, too.
Ran playing guitar with me.
That's
On,
so
Now-
dope.
I was out of high school and weighed like 90 pounds, looked like a heroin addict or whatever. But yeah, it was,
If he saw you
I
today,
weighed
he'd be
nothing.
like,
So
"Fuck off."
Yeah, get the fuck,
Fuck off my
Hey,
back.
I'll get on your back. Like, okay. Then Till Linderman, you brought that up.
Rammstein.
The King Diamond Overkill show. Finally seeing Overkill live. I'd never seen Overkill live, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Boy, and they'll just
That was a classic New York metal band right there,
yeah,
man.
just hating Texas and flipping everybody off, and it was great. They so many middle fingers. The one that I'm sad you missed out on that I thought was an absolute blast was Sammy Hagar
Yeah.
coming through. Was just fucking
Yeah.
great. Like,
Really?
I was not expecting that.
I wouldn't expect it.
I was like, I'm going to shoot Sammy Hagar because he's got a badass band with him. He had
Michael Anthony for one. Yeah.
yeah, and then playing guitar with Steve Vai, and then on drums.
What?
Steve Vai was his live
Holy
guitar.
Okay.
shit.
And then on drums was
Overkill's from Jersey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
what's his name? Jason Bob.
Jason Bottom.
Yeah, was playing drums, and so I was like,
Oh,
For
wow.
Hagar?
Yeah. with
Wow.
Hagar. So
We opened up for him.
the show was fucking phenomenal because it was all
Hard rock?
basically his hits and Van Halen hits. And,
Yeah.
And seeing Steve Vai rip through Eddie Van Halen stuff, Eruption, everything was just like, this is cool. It's not the real thing, but it's
pretty
still
goddamn
fucking
damn
cool.
fucking cool.
It's
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah.
And it was really
Fuck,
cool.
yeah.
And Sammy sounded so fucking good. That was the other thing that blew my mind.
That's gonna
Like,
surprise you, too.
Like, as old as he is, and him sounded so like in key and perfect, and just having a good time partying like
Yeah.
Sammy does.
He's
So it was great.
77 now.
Yeah,
Sammy Hagar's always had a great attitude. I mean,
He does.
even his interviews and stuff, you're like, that guy seems like a cool dude to go look at his cars and hang out with and smoke,
Such
burn
a
a
good
lefty
show.
and drink some
Uh,
tequila.
now the one that might be controversial now, and we may not ever see again live, the Foo Fighters.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
He'll play again.
He'll be
they'll
fine.
They'll be fine. I mean, the big deal.
There's
Hey,
worse. There's
big
worse
fucking deal.
things that could happen.
Surprise! I got a kid, and I'm not the best dude ever,
At
like
least-
y'all believed.
At least he didn't do a murder for hire plot on his wife.
No
and then-
shit.
And even he came
Oh.
back still.
Like,
He came back, but the rest of the band left.
are you talking about Phil Rudd from AC/DC?
No, it's
No.
As
No.
Light Dying.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Tim
he
Lambesis.
put out a hit on
Tim
somebody
Lambesis.
too.
That motherfucker.
It's
Did you
years
see
ago.
all the videos of him like throwing a temper tantrum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that,
It's
on his
hilarious.
wife?
Yeah.
Just beating the shit out of himself. That's
I
steroids,
shouldn't
buddy.
laugh.
I don't
control.
think it is because I've known guys that have juiced that are like
It-
fighting stuff, but I think he's got some mental
It's a
issues
little
He's
bit
big
of both.
time. It's probably
So
a
if you
little bit of
have-
both.
If you
Yeah.
have that shit, like
You're
you
gonna be
already have
aggressive.
You're
mental
already
issues,
nuts,
Yeah.
and then you roid
it's-
up.
you're
Yeah.
adding more testosterone to
Yeah.
you being a crazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
So
You
that
would
didn't
think
help.
you have a second chance at life.
It's the
You would
trend.
do
You're
right.
gonna come out with a good attitude,
Nice.
but
No.
apparently
Psycho,
his
bro.
band members said, "Fuck this."
They came out with a good album. The first
Did y'all say
one was good.
it might be CET? Someone just
No,
said
no.
CTE.
What?
I've
CTE,
always
whatever it
wondered
is.
this, and I don't think
Metal
anyone
CTE.
will fund the study. But yeah, I want to know what metal CT study. Like I
Headbanging?
want
Dude,
yes.
all the headbanging and
Yes,
shit.
Yeah.
I want to see.
I mean,
the
that
effects of
Shadows Are
that.
Security fucking era, they were all
Yeah.
headbang
Yeah.
all the time.
Mm.
And jumping
I
into
could see that,
crowds and
yeah.
having people pass over you and kick you in the head and
Oh,
shit.
dude.
But
Yeah.
you got Corpse Grinder, who's a nice guy that collects toys, and he's one of
He's
the
such a
Oh, yeah.
sweetheart,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, he's
George,
cool.
what's his last name? Shit, I can't remember.
Corpse grinder.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
His
just
first
Corpse
name's
Grinder, yeah.
George.
Susie
Hi, I'm
brought up.
George
I
Corpse Grinder.
forgot opening the Green Day show with the Linda Lindas, and they were great.
Linda's.
They're a really cool, fun little young band that's just doing cool stuff.
I
All
think
right,
they opened for Paramore too.
Hmm.
Because I think my
Yeah, I think
buddy
so.
went to go see Paramore, and they said the Linda Lindas were good.
that's his
Paramore's
favorite
only
band.
Haley Williams now.
Paramore?
No, I get him confused, and it's the band that I always confuse him with. I can't stand because it's the Texas Billiards anthem for karaoke, and it's the "Wake Me Up."
Oh, that's
that's
Evanescence.
That's
That's Evanescence.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what.
That's what we're
Well, that's what I
talking about.
explained. Is I always confuse the two,
Got it.
and so I've always been like, oh, I hate
Female singer, female
Paramore.
singer,
Same.
same.
It's very sexist, isn't it?
So
They're both
so the gang?
alternative.
All right, you mentioned Mr. Bungle.
Mhm.
That's my number 3. Now, if I wouldn't have gone to New York for Dillinger Escape Plan and Car Bomb and Callous Doa Boys,
So badass.
because that's obviously number 1. My number 1 would be Madonna.
Oh,
I
really?
forgot
you
about
went
that
to
show.
that.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
did that happen?
Madonna
Yeah.
was awesome.
How
You
old
said
was
she had
she?
gotten into shape and stuff
She-
by
she
the time
looks
she had
bad
did the
as
show.
fuck
Yeah,
now.
That show, like just the production work behind it alone, it was just like, oh my god.
Was it just her?
Yeah.
But was she on
Like,
time?
2 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Just like 2 hours of
no,
her
it was like
fucking
4 hours. It wasn't that long. It was probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Yeah.
She got her
God
face
damn,
It was
fixed.
long,
that's
but she
fucking
did.
awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
she started from the beginning.
You know,
and
She looks like a
worked
koi
her way
fish
up.
now.
She was pretty lit, and yes, there were times you could tell, you know, she's lipping to stuff, but there was a lot of times like she did shit live, and she did express herself acoustic on a guitar with live vocals, and it was fucking awesome.
That's sick.
I mean, there was a lot of awesome, crazy
Where
shit
was
that happened
this?
at AAC. She did 2 nights, and yeah, that show was just really, really, really rad. And there was, you know, the whole what do they call them?
Madonna heads.
No, the never mind.
Did she do Poker Face?
I think she did. I think you're right. Yeah, she did. There was a bunch of weird, like, religious.
Oh, the protesters out there, or whatever.
What?
Sacred shit
Oh,
going
because
on
of
on
Like a
stage
Dream
and
or
stuff,
whatever,
and,
or-
yeah.
Or like a prayer.
Like a prayer, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
They're still
the whole
butthurt-
like a prayer
There's a whole
area
there's
was
a
crazy.
there's a video going around where like a whole choir, like
It
a
was a
church
church
choir,
choir
is
was
singing like a
singing it.
prayer, and I'm
Yep.
like,
That is the
Yeah,
video,
yeah.
isn't it? At the
No,
end.
no. There
no.
like
there
this-
are some churches now that they're
They
run by
don't
such
know.
young people that they don't know, and they're singing it in praise and worship.
They're
time.
thinking
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it's
Oh my
about
gosh.
But they don't
God
realize
and
the
not
words
not.
like
sucking dick.
down on my knees. I'm gonna take you there. Like they're just singing it
Yeah,
straight up.
mercy
It's like,
culture needs to stop that.
Yeah, they need to lay down.
Shit.
But that was it. That was the number 1 of the year. That show was great.
Gentlemen, very good list.
Good
All
list,
of y'all,
good
man.
list.
I can't wait to listen to this bands that I'd never heard of in my life.
Yeah, I can't wait for
check
Matt to
them
make
all
the
out,
Spotify
man.
playlist.
Yeah.
If Send me
That's
y'all. Email me y'all's top album list, and we'll
Okay.
put that together.
Do you want me
Then
to
we'll put it
email
on the
to
list.
the show's email?
You can.
okay. I
or
can-
to me,
I'm
whichever.
just gonna.
You're gonna
text-
let him
I'm
text
just
you?
gonna text it in
You
the
can
in the fucking.
Just text it to me, and I'll put it in there.
I'll text it in the group.
All y'all text it to me. We'll put it. Okay, so we got a game. We got a game for you three,
All right.
and there's a massive prize on the line here. Let me tell you.
Well, how well I'm going to do on this
Hey,
one.
where's that black dildo?
Is it a fucking hacky
Tell me
sack?
how to put it up. 'Cause
This is,
love a
and we're
hacky
gonna
sack.
have to. Someone's gonna have to keep score.
the purple one's right somewhere in here. It's hidden. We started doing our show. I don't
Change,
know if you
man.
know this, but we're on YouTube right now.
see that.
And
Can you keep
so
score
we
for
had
us?
to take.
Yes,
that, put
I
I
that
was
will
gonna say
place
there's a lot less.
I'm the scorekeeper.
Dildos around.
Yeah,
we still got the fish hook behind you though. If you,
the fish hook is here. If you got the
Fuck yeah, dude.
the neck piece and the mouth.
Oh,
bug-
I wanted them.
There's my
butt.
lady up there
Lady
from
tonight, yeah.
last year, wasn't it?
All right, so this game's pretty easy. I'm gonna
Okay.
play you 8-bit songs, and you gotta guess them.
Shit.
How do we ring in?
Wait, so like
You'll do good.
popular songs, but in 8-bit.
Tim, you'll do good.
They're in 8-bit.
We'll see.
Fuck
cool.
me.
Most of them are in metal. They're metal songs.
Yeah,
It's just gonna be Horse the band.
I bet Lance and Aaron tear it up, and Tim, you'll
might
do well,
I might
man.
do okay.
You'll do okay.
I might
man.
do okay.
Trust me.
I might be bad.
All right.
This will
So,
be fun.
Do I need to know the,
Would
the
you-
title of the song, or can
No.
I name a band?
I would say title
it's gotta be the
and
title of the
and
song.
song. And musician. The musician.
You wanna
and,
put
and-
musician
Yeah,
too?
both.
All
of them.
right.
Okay. All right. So, well, let's just start off with one easy. You ready?
Sure.
You
Are
buzz
you ready
in.
down there?
Who's buzzing? Y'all just raise your hand, I guess. Whoever raises their hand first, we'll
Okay.
call on you.
Yeah. So we got to watch hands
Yeah,
here.
I'm gonna watch. Oh,
All
he's
right.
getting ready.
And 3, 2, 1. Here's your first one. Aaron.
That's Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of.
Holy fuck.
Wrong.
Close.
Wrong.
Close.
Different album.
Is it Bulls on Parade?
It
Yes.
is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Point for
Yeah.
Lance.
Point for Lance.
1
I
point
couldn't
for
do that.
Lance.
That's gonna be my only one.
All right. So let's jump down to this one, and let's see if you get this one.
Last
Tim.
resort,
Tim.
Papa Roach.
There you go.
Tim.
All right,
He
you're
has
on
entered the
board.
game.
Point for Tim.
We are cruising now at a nice altitude of 30,000 feet. Now let's get a little harder. Let's see where this goes. Oh, it's
Oh,
staticky.
yeah.
Oh, it sounds like Galaxin.
Galaxian. I remember that. It's pretty cool to Galaga.
I don't like this one.
I'm surprised you kept this one in.
It sounds
Yeah, I don't like it.
familiar.
I bet he's gonna get
Aaron.
it.
I'm not gonna won't get the title. Is that Linkin Park?
No,
Hang on.
it's not Linkin
Once
Park.
you
but
were,
let me back
once it
up.
continued
Once it
going,
kicked in, you
started
ready?
to sound way more familiar.
You ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the song.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's Ozzy.
No.
No. It's
No.
White Zombie. More human than human.
Yes.
Should have said Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
We'll
Yeah,
give
it's
it to
no,
him.
close
we'll
enough.
give it to
Actually,
him.
you're right. It is White Zombie.
White Zombie. More human.
Yeah,
than
it's
human.
from Astro Creep 2000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
Dust,
That
that's
was Rob-
idiot.
my
That's
bad,
why I
my
didn't say
bad.
Rob Zombie.
My bad.
I thought you were gonna say all the members had to be in it.
So
'cause-
point for Tim.
All right. Here's an easy one.
Is it 3? Or
Aaron.
Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit.
there
Boom,
you
got it.
go.
Point for Aaron.
Here's another easy one.
Really? Tim.
It's AC/DC and it's
You'll
Thunder. But I can't remember the. I can't remember
You
the name
almost
of the
got it.
song.
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck.
There you
yeah.
go.
Okay,
Yeah,
who
give
said
it-
that?
give
Who
it
got
to Lance.
Thunderstruck?
We'll give it to Lance.
All right.
Okay, point for Lance.
We'll see if this one
All
works.
of their songs sound the same anyway.
We'll see if this one works.
That's the hard part. Is like
Okay.
what song was it?
And then
it's all,
we get to the harder ones.
I know what this is.
I know what this is already. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Okay, Tim.
Walk This Way, Aerosmith.
There you go.
Yep.
Boom.
Point for Tim.
Now, is it with Run DMC? Or
that's the
not?
better version.
That's a better version.
Doesn't matter. They're the ones that wrote the song.
All right.
Aerosmith.
I'm very aware of that. Thank you.
I was telling him that, not you.
Oh
Now-
yeah, I was very well aware of that too.
Now we get heavy. Sorta.
Aaron.
Judith, Perfect Circle.
No.
No. Tim.
It's Tool, but it's
Having the song title is the hard part.
Anima,
There you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Boom. Got it.
Point for Tim.
Anima.
Anima,
Anima.
and
Anima.
Enema.
Yeah,
It's
having-
an old,
having the
old
song
English
title is the hard
letter.
part.
It's an old English
Close
letter.
enough.
That was close.
These are songs that I know. I just
Aaron.
Don't know
This is Metallica Orion.
Nope.
It's off of Injustice for All. No, it's off of. Shit.
Once the Chuck parts come in, we'll all know.
I love it.
This works so good as 8-bit though.
It does.
Does.
It really does.
I might listen to this whole playlist.
Send me this too.
I'm picturing a top-down RPG.
No one?
I can't.
I can't
The
give
song
you a song
title's too
title,
much.
Bryce.
I cannot think of the song title.
I can't think of song titles.
We're in the Spotify era where we don't know the song titles.
No, I would.
You had it.
I know it's off of Metallica, and it's off of. It's not off of Injustice for All. It's off of Masters of Puppets.
It's and Justice
It's
for All.
Injustice for All. Okay,
It is the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Okay, so
That's
Man,
like-
no
you're
points
right
given on
there.
that one.
Okay,
so
no points. No
No
points.
points.
No
point.
points on
I was
that.
over. I
Half
was
points?
overthinking it. I was
Half
overthinking
points?
it. No.
That takes
No.
math, man.
All right.
Don't do that to us.
He does numbers.
Guns N' Roses, November Rain.
Bam.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tim is running away with it. Come
Point
on,
for Tim.
Aaron. Get in
I'm
there, Aaron.
so bad at this.
Point.
All right. This one should be easy.
Is it Motorhead? No.
Who raised their hand
I-
first, Tim or Aaron?
Tim did.
Pantera, Cowboys from Hell.
Boom.
Yes.
Tim in the lead.
Aaron's upset because he knew that.
Aaron was on it.
Just slow
There
in
you
the
go.
draw.
So it's gonna be hard.
Lance.
Maybe.
I'm not.
You
good
did
at
not
this,
know it.
bro.
I can't listen to this without laughing. It's time for an all-new Hardline segment.
Yeah, seriously.
Is it fucking Slayer?
It is.
Yeah,
Oh.
Angel of Death.
Yes, Angel of Death.
He didn't raise his hand.
Sorry.
Okay, so
Like I knew it was Slayer, but I could not think of the name.
So point for Lance.
All right, we're
Points
getting
for
into
Lance.
to the last few. This one was weird when I listened to it. I was like, okay.
It's a cool intro.
Yeah.
8-bit.
Rammstein, Du hast.
He's barely.
Gosh, I know, he's just quicker than
Wow.
me.
Running
Point for
away
Tim.
with it.
Yes.
Holy hell.
And then we got.
Aaron.
Judas Priest, Breaking the Law.
Bam!
Yes.
Okay, point for Aaron.
All right.
Walking the dog. Walking the dog.
Watching the
Yes.
dog. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead.
Is this Motorhead of Spades?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna
So
come
it-
back.
There you
ended
go.
up coming back.
Point for Aaron.
Me.
Oh my gosh.
This makes for great podcasting.
If it gets to the chorus, someone's gonna get it.
I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to get to. Because
Yeah.
This should be right here.
This band has been on here once, like this show, this game.
it's Pantera,
Tim.
fucking Hostile.
Yes.
Point for Tim.
I had this. I was having to sing the words, man.
I was
All
hoping
right.
we'd get to that.
Everybody's hands on the table. Here we go. Because this one's going to go fast. I have a feeling.
Aaron.
That is Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
That's the record.
Fuck. No, I don't know the title. It's
Tim?
It's Welcome to the Jungle.
Yes.
Yes.
the big hit. I've seen titties too. I knew that.
All right. We got 3 left, and we got a bonus, but I don't think anybody will get the bonus because
We'll make it a 5-pointer.
Man, I'm sitting here going, what?
We'll do a 5-pointer on it.
Okay,
though.
if you can get it. All right, here you go. Here's the final 3, and then the bonus. Here's. This is a little long intro.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's
Lance.
it's Slayer Raining Death. Or Raining Blood, sorry.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't believe
That
you
was
got
good,
one.
man. It took me a
I
minute.
guess I know my Slayer.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get all the Slayer ones.
Point for Lance.
It took me a minute. I had to like the whole rain thing. I
It
was
was
like,
the
yeah.
fucking
yeah,
dun, dun, dun.
yeah,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
And that was like, that has to be rain.
This cracked me up. This I was like, why is this even in here?
Tim.
Metallica. Well, I don't. Oh shit, because it's Unforgiven, but I don't know if it's Unforgiven 2.
It's Unforgiven 2. It is undoubtedly Unforgiven 2.
Okay.
Aaron
Okay.
for the steal.
Like,
Aaron-
why
I
is
was like,
that?
I know. I was like, I know it's an
Unforgiven 2?
Unforgiven, but I was like, is it 2?
How close is Aaron
What
and
I
Tim
didn't
on
know
this?
is if it's a is it a
Tim is
load
in
or
the
a
lead.
reload.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where's
That's what I
Aaron at?
couldn't remember.
Aaron has 4. Tim has 9. Lance has
So the
4.
you need the
9.
5-pointer. You need to get this and the 5-pointer, Lance.
Damn.
man.
All right.
Even if I get the 5-pointer,
You're out.
No, if I
Oh,
get
yeah.
the 5-pointer, then I'd
And-
be tied with him.
There you go.
All right.
He's gonna
Math.
do it. He's
All
gonna
right.
do it.
Here is the final one before we go to the super bonus, but here's the final one.
Tim.
Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of.
You got it.
The first one I guessed.
Yeah, the
First
first
rate
one
song.
you guessed. All right. So here's the super bonus 5-pointer. Whatever. Will 5 points
No,
push
Tim's got
anybody
it
over the
now.
top?
No.
No, Tim won.
Well, then
Well,
we'll.
I've
no,
won, but
but
I
I
wanna
would still wanna
it
hear
now.
it.
All right,
It
well,
doesn't
let's
matter.
make it
6-pointer.
7. We'll make it 7 points then.
Okay. Yeah, because 5 points won and put either one of them in the lead if
Or
they.
it's the super
All right,
10
10-pointer.
I just
To
wanna hear the
tie
song.
to tie Tim.
All right. Here it goes because this.
Like it's hard.
It sounds like a cool song on this. That should be a hint too.
I can hear the song in my fucking head, bro.
As soon as Tim says that, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
You might have listened to this record once.
I turned it off right here.
I don't know, man. It's gonna piss.
It's gonna piss me off,
Hold on. Wait.
bro.
Do you know it?
This is. I think I got it right before this part.
Yeah.
So
But I gave you clues too.
you gave me a lot of clues. Yeah. I was lost.
Oh,
Tim.
Metallica Saint Anger?
Yes.
yes.
No
How the
way!
fuck did you
The
get that?
winner.
Really?
I can't believe you got that.
Keep
Very
playing
nice. Very nice.
I was just. It took me a second to sit here and think about it, but I was like, wait a second, this sounds so
He
fucking
slam
familiar.
dunks it with the super
But it
bonus.
didn't have the snare.
snare.
No.
Yeah, he didn't have that fucking.
Yeah,
No,
that's,
man.
that was my clue. I was like, the snare actually sounds better on here.
Yeah, it
Yes.
does.
Yeah, and that's when I got it. I think.
So, final results. In the Lance side, Tim in first place with 15. Lance and Aaron tied with 4.
So this is like the only thing that I do well in is music
Well,
music
there
trivia.
you go, man.
That was awesome.
Is it his birthday too?
Yeah, happy birthday. You get a Minecraft bag. I bought that today because I thought it was hilarious.
Oh,
Hello.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the best is in the bottom.
That's where the
It always
it
That's
a
where
butt
the
plug?
best is.
It's a gnome, flashing
It's a
gnome.
gnome.
He's got morning wood.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's it. That's
All right, cool.
There you go. There's your prizes.
Awesome.
8-bit
Smart
trivia.
ender.
Dude, that's
Very smart ender.
the Saint Anger one got me, man. Dude, that was hard.
You did good,
Well, that
man.
one-
You
you did real
dominated
good.
it, man.
This is the only thing I actually do well in is if it has to be specific years, like a time frame. So like maybe mid to late 80s to
Yeah.
like early 2000s. I
You know
got
what?
I got music.
Next time we'll do hardcore, post-core stuff.
God.
Just
there you
not
go.
good at
An
naming
8-bit.
things like that. It'd be the worst
Yeah.
shit in the fucking world.
We're gonna do the Under Oath catalog.
There you go.
Oh, that'd be fun.
See,
in
that would be
8-bit.
fun.
Yeah, y'all
How to get
y'all
it.
just
I'd
dominate
lose
me.
that.
Well, boys, this was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
really
guys for
was,
coming in.
Hell
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We'll have to do this again, and I say in 2025, well, I'll make a little trip out to Furnace Fest because I'd really
Yeah,
like
that
to
sounds
go.
fun. I want to go too.
I'd really like to go.
Y'all
and
made
check
me
that
want
out.
to go.
Yeah,
And Better Lovers, I'm there.
yeah. See what this lineup is. When do they normally announce
is
their
it?
lineup?
They normally start releasing names like teasing around springtime, but normally pre-sale's already gone up. Because pre-sale, it's like 150 for the 3 days.
They do the blind pre-sale.
Yeah, so
It's-
normally that's
yeah,
already up and
it's
it's,
like,
not up
so
yet.
what?
Yeah, I haven't seen it up.
just
Like
buy
I
it.
just went to the website and they didn't say anything about
Nope.
anything being up.
Because
And
it's been about a month when they came out and said we're coming back.
when is it?
It's the second weekend of October this time.
Okay.
That's people figure that out because they read like the local, their weekly.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
And
F1.
The Sloss Furnace area was already booked for Furnace Fest 25, and we just were like, oh, it's a misprint. It's been 4 years in a row. It's just a misprint.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they announced like we fucking knew it. So
Where
yeah.
the fuck is Furnace Fest?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about a 10-hour
Hmm.
drive.
Hell of a place.
We're gonna fly this year.
Yeah, but if you drive, you can spend like a day in New Orleans on the way there.
My truck exploded in just
Glad
west
you're
of
okay.
Tyler.
Yeah. What the hell?
It's a
How did this
roadside
happen?
bombing.
Yeah.
Like,
IED.
the engine
Yeah.
just like, fuck you, and I was like, yeah, that's what I need. My engine exploded. Great.
You're just
sure, fuck
cruising on
this.
I-30 and hit an IED.
My engine like shits out on me on the side of the highway on the side of 20. And then when like we were meeting our friend that was gonna finish driving his new car, on
Yeah.
his way to us, our Airbnb cancels on us, and he's like, we'll call it a loss. We're just gonna go. And I was like, fuck this. I need this. We're going. And so I used credit card points and got us like a shitty hotel, but got us a hotel.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm hitching. If I'm getting, like,
Yeah.
we're going.
Yeah. Shit. I want to go. I want to go this year. I
Yeah,
want
I
to
do
check it out.
too. I
It's
like,
fun.
but the problem is that time of year, man. There's so much stuff going on around
Man,
here.
Yep.
I've been
That
to,
could be a birthday gift.
Yeah,
Could be.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be your
I've-
50th.
I've been to both
Mm.
the race and Furnace Fest. I'd rather go to Furnace Fest.
Oh, you've been to the F1 race?
Like
Yeah, he used to
4 or
go
5
all
times.
the
Son of a
time.
bitch.
We've talked about this
You've gone
before.
4 or 5 times?
I went to the first one when they like first had it.
God, I want to go so.
He
fucking
was
bad.
applauding when Perez was kicked out of Red Bull. He was all excited.
Hey, he didn't. I think Perez
I
was
was-
just.
I was sad.
He
that
was
day.
so fucking bad. This year.
Yeah, he was.
I think he was
so
bad on purpose.
I do too.
Why would he fucking do that?
Because
He's-
they fucked
he's
him out
done
of
that-
second place.
hadn't he done that
The
before,
team fucked
too?
him out of second place, and I think he was like, "Fuck you, Max."
I thought
Yeah.
that would be a fucking. I thought it was gonna be a revenge year. Like I thought they
That-
were. He was
That's not
just
how
gonna
Mexicans
go.
roll.
They take
So
their ball and
dumb.
go home.
We
I
don't
would-
do vengeance to win. We do vengeance to screw you
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Where I would like to be is I would like to have been in Yuki's apartment when he found out.
Bro,
that
that's
Liam
bullshit.
Lawson. That is
That's
bullshit.
fucking bullshit.
I want to see him on the team so he can fuck Max over and I can hear
Yeah,
them
because
complain
he wouldn't
about
give
each
a
other.
shit.
Yeah, just
He'll
yelling
dive
all the
bomb
time.
him. He does not give a fuck.
He may do
Max
it
will
now
dive
anyway.
bomb
Or
too
yeah,
every
but-
once in a
yeah.
while. He doesn't give a
Yeah,
shit
he may
either.
do it now.
I think he gets confused because he thinks he's playing video game. That's why he dive bombs during real
I hate
races
that guy
sometimes.
so
Jeez.
fucking much.
Why do a hit me?
So the man
Because you have a
took-
podcast.
He
He's
took
such
the
a
seats.
cunt, dude. I hate him so.
He
fucking
took the
much.
girl and he raised the guy that Max replaced with Red Bull. I
Yeah.
can't remember his name.
I can't.
But
I can't
he
either, yeah.
took the man's seat. He took his girl and he's
Kimi
raising his
Räikkönen
daughter.
or whatever.
And they're fixing to have a kid together.
And now they're having
Yeah.
now they're having another kid.
Yeah.
But like everyone forgets that that's not Max's daughter. And I
yeah.
was like, yeah, no, it's not. It's the guy he replaced at Red Bull. He just replaced his entire life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stand aside,
He
bro. I
took
got this.
everything.
You can kill yourself now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
yeah.
this over. now.
I'm just taking over your entire life.
Yep.
That's the way life works, right?
When you're Max Verstappen, I guess so.
That's fucking wild.
Verstappen.
Oh man, yeah. That's another thing. Before the season starts, we can get in here and have some F1 talk.
I'm down.
Before or
Yeah.
after the show comes out.
Yeah, when is the show coming out? By the way, I thought it came out like 2
March.
weeks after the season last
No.
year.
No,
Was
No,
I
it comes
imagining
out like
that?
the week or
Oh,
2
leading
weeks,
up.
2 weeks
right
before.
They
the first
go to
race.
testing
No,
the first race.
So it comes out. It
Ah, it
essentially
leads
comes
you
out
into the
right when
ra-
testing
okay,
starts.
yeah,
is when the
yeah.
show comes out.
Yeah.
I got you.
Maybe if we can all binge watch the show, then come in right before the first race
Let's do that.
and do it.
It's
and
gonna
then,
be interesting. That's for fucking sure.
It
and
will.
they're doing the
It's
big
very good.
75,
It's not gonna be as
75th
fun,
anniversary
though.
where everybody
I bet it
reveals
is.
their cars
I
at
don't know.
once.
Not
Yeah.
without Gunter, bro.
That'd be tight.
Gunter was the best part
Hey,
of that
breaking
fucking
news.
show.
Dallas Stars won. 3 to 2.
Oh, nice.
Who'd they beat?
Utah.
33-2.
No, 3 to 2. 3 to 2. 3 to 2.
3 to 2.
The Utah Mormons.
That would be the worst
Uh-huh.
fucking hockey game of all
33 to 2. They were playing little kids.
time. Jesus
Playing
Yeah.
NHL '98.
Good Lord.
Or Blades of Steel.
Blades
of
You're
Steel.
like the only other person
Fight.
I've ever talked to that knows Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel was
I
awesome.
Yeah,
it
Loved
was.
Loved
That
it.
game,
Fight.
Loved it.
It was a Konami game.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Speaking
bro.
of 8-bit,
Speaking of 8-bit, up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Yes.
Thank you guys for coming in. This is fun.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
It was a
thank
good
you.
night. It's a
Yeah,
good
thanks,
night.
guys.
yeah, happy holidays to y'all.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Happy
holidays.
Festivus.
Happy today is
Festivus for the rest of
Festivus.
us.
Yep.
So we're doing after this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Great.
Yeah,
we
Gracious
got a poll
you.
out back. We're
Lance
gonna
looks pretty strong.
scream out our grievances and wake up all the neighbors.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
We're gonna air
Gracious-
them out. Time to air the grievances.
Yuletide occasion to
Oh,
celebratory.
shit.
Yep, we're gonna tear it up. Yeah, y'all have a fun like tomorrow's Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. So spend it with families.
Nothing
around?
tomorrow, but on Christmas we're going to her dad's house.
Nice.
I'm
Hopefully for like an hour.
being down in Corsicana.
Corsicana, I know
Corsicana
that.
tomorrow night.
I know them parts.
Back here, and then Corsicana again on Christmas.
Wow.
I'm hosting twice.
You gonna hunt you some hogs?
No, I ain't gonna be doing any of that.
Just eating?
Unfortunately, no. Just eating. Yeah,
There you go.
Eating. That's
That's
the
how
way
you
to
do it, son.
eating and drinking.
Yep. That's the way to do it.
Finishing cleaning the grill, and we're doing like our Christmas tomorrow, and then her because of the cancer, he's been Leukemia Texas essentially gave us Christmas this year.
That's nice.
They made us
That's
give
cool.
a list. But they let us give them a list,
Yeah.
and we thought, cool, they'll get all of the boys' things. And then they came back to like, no, we need a list for like you, your wife, because my mom lives with us because she helps take care of them.
Yeah.
She goes, so a list for your mom, you, and your wife also.
So you're getting a new Xbox.
And so we're like, okay, so but we need a list now. And we were in the hospital and working still, and like, what are we doing? And so we just like
Yeah.
threw stuff on the list. We'll
Just
get
a
one
list
thing.
of dark glass gear.
Sex
like-
doll.
It's like we need one thing off the list, and then everything else will be just for him. It looks like they got everything on the list.
God damn.
Holy
that's dope.
shit.
Our entire
That's
living room
amazing.
That's
is
called
just,
winning.
That is.
yes, but like extremely. I feel very guilty about it.
Ah, man.
But like our entire living room was full of gifts. I told my wife, I was like, we have to do Christmas Eve because then your parents come in with gifts for him. Like I don't want to take trash out all day the rest of
Yeah.
my break from
Yeah.
school.
You're gonna have to rent a trailer to take trash.
Yeah, so we're gonna do Christmas tomorrow for like us in the house, and then we'll do Christmas too when
Yeah.
her parents come down for him. So we'll see if I got all my dark class stuff.
Yeah, it just
you go.
dark glass gear. Well, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
Let's call it.
I
a
gotta
night.
be up at 6 a.m. to go on Andrew's show.
It's made like a tree.
Oh, I gotta be up at 4 to go to work.
Oh, sucks to be you.
It does suck to be.
I gotta go shopping.
I don't know shit.
Turn
Sucks
the
to be
stream
him.
on.
He's got the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Fuck all to do tomorrow.
Later, guys.
Nice.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Red pants.
Happy New Year. Later.